Hello everybody and welcome to Playtendoguy, Andy, and Let's Get Kicking movie. No, Ryan goes live on a Wednesday night live stream.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I've already been on for like 10 seconds and I've already messed up the intro.
He does it every week. Literally, he does it every week. He always mucks up the intro. Don't you, Pete? It's true destiny to muck the intros up. Like, literally, right, we were filming a video like the other day, and we literally like failed the intro at least 6 times, I think. 6 times.
Well, that was pre-recorded. This is live, so now I've buggered it up. For good.
Yeah.
But hey, let's just move on. But anyway, tonight we are joined by a very special guest. We are joined by Mike Woods. Hello there, Mike, and thank you for joining.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. You're a friend of Andy's, and you've only just started up your channel, haven't you? So do you want to tell us a bit about your channel?
Well, it's pretty much just like you guys, just doing it because I love movies, love collecting Blu-rays. So yeah, there's no real purpose behind it. Just kind of just gonna see what I can come up with and just post what I can. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. It is. You've uploaded 2 videos already, and they're both fantastic. You picked up some great stuff. I really enjoyed your John Carpenter rankings. Good video.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what would be my first video, and because I love Carpenter so much, I just thought I'll just do something that I know.
And for a first video, may I say, it was very professional and very well put together.
Oh, cheers, thanks. Yeah, I've got another YouTube channel that I've had for quite a few years, so I kind of like know what I'm doing, sort of. But yeah.
Yeah. So what's everybody been up to today, and what's been the last film you watched? Do you want to go first, Andy?
Yeah, sure. I've not been doing much, just been working from home again. But the last film I watched, I think, was I started to watch was the Disney film Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Bit of a weird one, but yeah, I'm just sort of watching them in order, and that's the one I'm up to at the minute. But it's like a great, weird little different take on like the Sherlock Holmes story, but I enjoy it. I think it's good fun.
Ooh. Never seen it before.
Yeah.
When was that? In the 80s?
Yeah, it was when Disney was like in its dark period, when it had like the Black Cauldron and Fox and the Hound type movies. It was a strange time for Disney. But yeah, I enjoy it for what it is.
Ah, cool. What about you, Mike? What was the last film you've watched?
The last film I watched was a film called Passion. It's directed by Brian De Palma, one of his more recent films. And yeah, it was okay. 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. And what about you, Ryan? What was the last film you watched?
Well, it was last night. I went in my Alfred collection, and luckily, I think I've got it over here. This was a film that Pete suggested that I should get, which he demanded me to get. Right during the hour sale was on, and it was only a $5, which I was going to get Microwave Massacre instead, but he decided no, get Witten Illinois. Witten Illinois. What a weird film to be resumed. Like, half the time I was just wondering, like, what the fuck's supposed to be going on? Like, where is this supposed to be going? It's like, it's either I do like it, or will I ever get my time back from this film? So this film is literally stuck with us now. Unless I sell it for £6.
Not bad.
Yeah, pound profit.
I like it. I don't mind it.
It's a good film.
Yeah. I think it's one of those films you need. Yeah, I think it's one of those films you need to watch more than once.
Yeah,
I think like Ryan says, I think it is kind of weird. Yeah, probably just does need that rewatch.
And you know what? Your next film is on your watch list. Last American Virgin.
It's like this is list that like literally goes down. Like literally, there's a long list. I think now I've got that somehow. That's my main priority. To watch the Last American Virgin. I don't know why.
Well, I've had a list of films I should watch as well. And one of them I've watched today, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Finally watched it. Watched a bit of it at 2:00 this morning, which was probably not the wisest idea to do, and watched the rest of it this afternoon. I actually really quite enjoyed it. For someone who's not really into musicals, I thought it was a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of drips like 70s horror, that film. Like, it just looks like a 70s horror film.
Yeah.
It just looks great.
It kind of reminded me a bit of like Hammer Horror, like the set designs did, especially in like in the entrance.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we move on to some comments because we do have some. First up, we do have is the view with. No, we don't. We do have the view with Drew.
You need to stop picking that every single time. Every single stream, for no reason at all. It's the same comment.
No, I did press Drew and my finger slipped. Right, anyway, we had the view with Drew here, and he says, "Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining, Drew. I hope you're doing well, mate."
Hey, Drew.
Hey, Drew. I hope you're doing well.
We also have David Beach here. Hi, guys. This will be a nice live stream tonight. Thanks ever so much, David. And he also says, everybody should aspire to you all. You are all amazing. Wow. Thanks ever so much, David.
Thanks.
We have Arsh here. What's good, bro? Thanks for joining, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Hey.
We also have Soph here. Hey, guys, and welcome, Mike.
Hey. Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Soph.
Hiya.
Hey, Soph. And we have the DVD from Film Bloke here. Hi. Thanks for joining, mate.
Hey, man.
We've also got Edward here, evening all. Everyone, hope you're all okay. Thanks for joining, Edward.
Yep.
Hope you're doing well.
Too.
Right. Sophie's got the first question of the night. And she says, right, if this works, question for Mike, are you and Andy twins?
Well, we kind of grew up together, so we're probably have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I think we used to get it a lot at school, didn't we? It was like, oh, you two are like the two movie people, and we were like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow, so you've known each other for quite a long while then?
I think we've been friends since we were about 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both 31 now. We've been friends since we were like 8 years old. I still remember the first film we ever talked about, and I think it was Kindergarten Cop.
I don't remember that.
You know? Oh, okay. Well,
I think what I remember from you is your love for Beast Wars, and I think
I loved
Beast Wars.
Yeah, I loved Beast Wars growing up as a kid. That was like my version of Transformers growing up, and
yeah,
I absolutely loved it. But yeah, we just found that we both have like a mutual love for films.
Yeah,
we've just been friends ever since. Yeah.
Cool. Do you still go and see movies together, or do you go around each other's and watch films?
When we can, yeah.
Yeah, when we can, when we can, because we have a third friend as well. We the three of us meet up and we watch we just watch good films together, don't we? Like we just have a good laugh. We have certain movies that the three of us just like absolutely love, and like we can always watch together, like Full Monty and like American Pie. We can always like they're like some of our staples that we really get together and we just have an absolute blast and real good time.
Yeah, I think the last film we watched together might have been The Last American Virgin.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, like the last. Yeah, it must have been like over a year, like before the lockdown happened. But yeah, the last one I think the three of us sat down and watched was Last American Virgin.
Yeah.
Do you share
Yeah, I
Andy's
love that.
opinion on the film, then, Mike?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, yeah, like pretty much everything about it that he likes, I like as well.
Oh, cool. Right. Next up, we have Matt v Movies. Evening all. Thanks for joining, Matt.
Hey.
All right.
Hi, Matt.
Right. The DVD from Film Bloke says Fox and the Hound was pretty good, but The Black Cauldron was pretty crap. I can remember watching Fox and the Hound and quite enjoying it as a kid, but I've never seen The Black Cauldron. But that's quite dark for a Disney film, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely bombed at the box office. It just didn't do well at all. It's probably like Disney's darkest hour in terms of like finances and things like that. I rewatched it, and I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be. I think it's definitely like the black sheep of Disney's catalog, but there's still things in it I enjoy. Like the animation in it is great, but I think a lot of the music as well, when you listen to it, a lot of the music is very, very similar. It's a carbon copy of like the Ghostbusters soundtrack. It just has all these musical cues in it that are mirrored from Ghostbusters. Yeah, it just sounds way too similar. But I still enjoy it for what it is. Is it the best Disney film? No, absolutely not. But I still think it's okay. But I do understand the hate, and I do understand the way people say it's an underrated gem. I do see both sides of the coin with it.
I think it hasn't got a Blu-ray release, hasn't it? The Black Cauldron.
No.
I don't think it has an official one. No.
What about you, Mike? What do you think of The Black Cauldron and The Fox and the Hound?
I haven't seen them for the longest time, so yeah, I can't really remember them, to be quite honest.
What about you, Ryan?
I've never seen it. I've seen Fox and the Hound, but that was like years ago. I kind of I vaguely remember it. But The Black Cauldron, I never even heard of it existed. That's the thing. Like, I never grew up with it. It's never been on TV.
Yeah.
It's
just a movie with a weird concept. Like the concept is it's more about this pig than it is this cauldron. It's like
really?
Yeah, it's like this little pig has got like magical powers where it, like when it sticks its head in water, it can see the future. Like it sees like visions and things like that. It's really strange for what it is. It's not Disney's best work. Like it's not. I think Home on the Range is the absolute piece of shit from Disney's catalog. Like that is fucking awful. Like Black Cauldron's leaps and bounds better than that movie. But because I don't understand the actual hatred Black Cauldron gets. Like I don't think it's as bad as that. But it is what it is. It has its fans and it has its haters.
Yeah, I've always heard a lot of people speak fondly of it, always like as a hidden gem.
Yeah. There's a lot of like underrated love for it. Like I think it's almost got like cult status.
Cool. As for like the worst Disney film, for me, I'll probably say Chicken Little.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a bad one. Yeah.
Well, no, Chicken fucking Little. Chicken Little. I grew up watching that. I think I've seen better.
So did I. I used to like it. Then I watched it about 5 years ago, and I thought to myself, "How did I like this? It's absolutely awful."
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Oh.
I think I'd rather watch Chicken Run. That's even more. That's more better. Now that is a good quality film.
Yeah. Yeah, Chicken Run's much better than Chicken Little.
That is a quality film. Yeah. It's Aardman, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? What Disney films don't you like?
To be honest, I don't really watch that many Disney films. I did when I was a kid, but I've kind of like lost track of a lot of them. I can't even like think of one off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, to be honest.
No, that's okay. What about you, Ryan? What's your least favourite Disney film?
Christ's sake, right, this is one that's the most popular thing that's been going on since 2013. Goddamn Frozen. Frozen, it's absolutely abysmal. I had to suffer going to the cinema watching that when I was a kid. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. 13 years old. Never going to get my time back. Absolutely terrible. And I've never saw it again to this day. That's the only time I watched it. Right? They try to put on in like when I was on at school. I was like, I am not watching this. I walked out. Like every time it's on, okay, I am not getting involved in this. I do not give a shit about that film. It deserves to be put in the shredder, in foot, and send it straight off right to Timbuktu. That's because that's where it's going. It's absolute pile of fucking shit, and that's where it's staying.
I don't think it's that bad.
What film is this? Frozen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Ryan, just let it go. It's not that bad of a film.
It's not like you can't afford it back anymore.
Oh, right. Moving on. The DVD from Film Bloke says, I recently got the Arrow release of Network. I think it's going out of print. I also got Mrs. Doubtfire on Blu-ray because I think that's going out of print as well. I'm still waiting for Talk Radio. Cool. Have you ever heard of Network and Talk Radio?
Yeah. Network, yeah. Isn't that about like news broadcasters or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good film, Network. I love it. So is Talk Radio. I fucking love that film. I don't think I've met anyone else who's seen it. I know John's seen it, but he saw it a long time ago.
Is that directed by
Oliver Stone?
Oliver Stone, yeah.
It's such an underrated film. I fucking love it. But yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire is one I grew up with. That is just like a childhood staple.
Yeah,
that I absolutely enjoy. Yeah, Network's pretty good. I think it's done by Sidney Lumet.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's 12 Angry Men. Another great film by him. Yeah, all three of those films are good. They're good, solid movies, all three of them. But it's a shame that those two are going out of print.
Yeah, I think the Mrs. Doubtfire Blu-ray, I think that's the only way you can watch the whole the film uncut, because I think the DVD's cut in places. So yeah, if you can get the Blu-ray, it's definitely worth getting.
Picked up the Blu-ray from One Below for £1 last year.
Yeah, well, that must have been a steal.
Yeah.
Whoa, can't believe that. Next up, we have Lydia. Hey, hope you're all okay. Thanks for joining, Lydia. Hope you're doing well as well. We have Arsh here. It's cool. Again, thanks, mate. DVD from Film Bloke says, the last film I watched is The In-Laws. That was good fun.
Ooh.
Okay.
I've never heard of that one. Have you guys heard of it?
No, I haven't heard of that.
Right.
I think that's a Christmas film, that is.
Probably. Soph says, no spoilers, but The Last American Virgin broke me. I blame Andy.
Yeah. I told you that third act, it fucking changes. Like, it fucking turns. It becomes a hell of a lot more real. Well, I'm glad Aaron and Jason enjoyed it. I'm glad Soph and Jason enjoyed it. And could appreciate the ending, because it's I think it's a movie that needs to be seen by a lot more people.
Because I was watching it whilst talking to Ryan on like a group call, and he was hearing my reaction. I was going, "What? No, what? couldn't believe it near in the end. But yeah,
Very nice.
It's a film that stays with you long after the credits have rolled. I'm still thinking about it, like after watching it at the weekend.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I think the first time I saw it was about 3 years ago. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, it's a great little film.
Because I think you said, Andy, that you watched it with Mike, didn't you, before the lockdown?
Yeah, we watched it together. I think it was a first time viewing for you and Rich, and
yeah,
I think from what you guys thought, I think you generally thought you'd enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's great. Yeah, I was lucky enough to find it in CEX like not long after, because I think it's quite hard to find now on Blu-ray.
Yeah, the Arrow's out of print. I think it's like it's dead expensive on eBay.
Yeah, didn't Jason pick up a copy?
Yeah, Jason. I think he messaged us saying he picked one up, or he's agreed a deal with someone on the internet for it. So yeah, because I think he said after he watched it, I think he said, right, I want that in his collection. So I think he found it for a good price.
Yeah, it's got a great soundtrack as well.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, so many iconic songs in there. I was surprised to hear the Police in it.
Yeah.
The Viewer Drew says, "What's a movie crossover you think would be cool?"
That's a tough one.
Bloody is. Put us on the spot for that. Damn man.
Only because of the game, RoboCop and Terminator.
Ooh.
Yep.
I think if we didn't have so many superhero movies coming out all the time, maybe something like DC crossed with Marvel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that would be good.
Would be awesome. But I just the superhero phrase is just it's going on too much now. I think personally we're getting to it. But if it wasn't as loud, something like that, yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I'm thinking, well, weren't they talking about doing like a John Wick crossover with something else? I can't remember.
Nobody.
That was it. Yeah. I'm thinking something like that. John Wick or Nobody, or at least John Wick with someone else, but I can't quite think who else that could be.
We could have John Wick versus Neo because of the new Matrix.
Yeah.
He's just fighting himself. It's just basically Kenaya Reed versus Kenaya Reed at the end of the day.
Yeah. Right. We have the View with Drew, and he says, "Would it be cool if a crossover happened between the Dark Knight trilogy for X-Men, Kingsman, and Michael Bay Transformers, but the Autobots are done right and act how they do in the cartoon?"
Sounds a little bit insane, but yeah, I'll go for that.
No. There's no cringy humor and no Shia LaBeouf. Well, that is a plus.
Yeah.
Or Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Matt V Movie says, "Enjoying Hawkeye on Disney Plus." I haven't seen it yet. Have you guys seen it?
I've seen the first 2 episodes. I thought it was what it was. Yeah.
Yes. Probably just gonna wait until the whole thing's out.
Yeah.
But I don't like, you see me. It's absolutely pointless releasing it an episode every week when I could just release it all in one film. Like, we could really, I think,
but it's done to keep you subscribed to Disney Plus, isn't it? If you have a month's subscription, you're going to have another one to see the rest of the episodes.
I put everyone just like, I would rather see it at the cinema, man. But like, I'm thinking is right with Hawkeye. He deserves a film, TV series, because like his character's like one of the most underrated like you've seen in the MCU, and he's actually like one of the original Avengers, like in the MCU. So I don't know why they couldn't give him his own film. Just didn't. I think he got deserved a shit way. Like you give Black Widow our own movie, but why can't you give Hawkeye his own movie? Because like he got really interesting more background behind him, and could have been like been well presented. It's like it could have been a film that could be in like what happened in Budapest. Right, I would rather know that.
Yeah.
And have Black Widow in it, so it would be easier. Not just like not just like giving him his own TV series. I think it's a bit stupid.
Yeah. Moving on, we have John from Mondo Chelovek Movies. Hey all, just popping on to say hello. We're currently binge watching The Mandalorian, which is class.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Looking forward for season 3 next year. Because it's Book of Boba Fett this year.
Am I cutting out?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Just give us a sec.
No worries.
Peter needs to post off his internet. Where got you must nick all the Wi-Fi from the post office half the time. That's why he's got shit signal. Hey.
I'm back. I'm sitting on the bottom of the stair, out on the top of the stairs down.
Ooh, lovely.
Better signal.
Right. Yeah, better signal.
Let the post office Wi-Fi continue. We can't even hear him.
My mum wants to go for the toilet now, so I've got to move. So yeah. Have you guys seen The Mandalorian, and what do you think of it?
I think it's the best thing Disney have done with Star Wars since they've acquired it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially after The Last Jedi, but we won't go there. We'll be there all night. But yeah, I've seen the first season of The Mandalorian, but I've yet to see the second one.
Oh, they're both brilliant. Both brilliant.
Yeah.
But, so that we ain't getting another series because Pedro Pascal is filming Last of Us at the minute. So that I think Mando's getting filmed. I think they're starting next year or the middle. So we'll probably get it by Christmas next year.
Probably, but we've got Boba Fett like end of the month, haven't we?
Yeah, so that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Right. The Viewer Drew says it's just the Autobots teaming up with Batman, Wolverine, and eggs. Eggs, fair enough.
Eggs.
What they're going to make an omelette?
Eggs. Well, that's a weird one. I didn't know there was. I didn't know there was a superhero called Eggs.
I don't think so, but hey.
There you know.
Anyway, moving on, we have Dr. Impossible here of the Counterpunch 1984. If there's one purchase on Blu-ray worth picking up just recently, then I would have to say The Outsiders. Studio Canal have done a fantastic justice to it. Saw the film in the original cinema originally. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great.
That's Francis Ford Coppola, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing cast.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Phenomenal movie.
Didn't it get a 4K release, like with like various odds and sods?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have a look. Matt V Movie says, have you heard about these crazy prices that are charging for tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home in the US on eBay? Madness. Damn right it is. It's just scalpers. Yeah, again, it's very similar to what happened with the PS5 last year. People buy them up, sell them for stupid prices. But for cinema tickets, this is a whole new level of stupidness. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
You've got to be stupid to do it, and then you've got to be stupid to pay it as well. Yeah, I'm lucky enough. I've got a ticket for the first day, for the first showing of the day. But yeah, I don't understand it, man. It's stupid personified.
I don't think it's ever been like this before for cinema tickets, has it?
Don't think so. No.
Don't you think Arkham would have been Star Wars?
I know I see online somebody was charging $25,000 for a cinema ticket.
I'd wait for the Blu-ray.
I would.
Yeah, we'll just wait for another showing.
Yeah. See it the next one after.
See it the next day or whenever you can.
Oh, frightens me.
It is. I mean, mind you, if you've got $25,000 to spend, you must have more money than sense.
Yeah.
Probably multi-millionaires just want to spend a little bit of money, but it's still bizarre why you would do that, because you've got to go to a specific cinema at a specific location, haven't you?
Yep. So basically, this day and now, it could be anywhere. Could be from another country, so you're stuck with cinema tickets from another country, which you can't use. There's got to be a film, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and you buy it and it's a photocopy.
Then you would have to like contact either like PayPal or something or eBay to get your money back.
Yeah. Right. That's even making Alfie angry.
Looks like it.
Right. DVD from Film Bloke says The Black Cauldron is a Disney film I should enjoy, but I don't.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You know, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Can't love everything.
It's always been an intriguing film I want to watch, but just never really got round to it. It's always been that oddity in like Disney's library of films.
Yeah.
Right. David says, have you watched the new Home Alone movie for 2021? Yes. Don't. Just turn it off. Watch Paint Dry for an hour and a half. It's more entertaining.
I might even fucking down near it. Shouldn't even be me.
No, I'm not going to watch that.
I'm not going to waste my...
How bad could it be? How bad could it be? It was awful.
I feel like they can't make that movie in this day and age just because, I don't know, like, yeah.
Smartphones?
Yeah.
I don't know. John says, hey, my son has paid for him and me to go and see Spider-Man on day of release in IMAX. Cool.
Ooh.
I just hope he didn't spend 25 grand.
Nah.
Yeah.
DVD and Film Bloke says, same here, Mike. I've kind of grown out of Disney as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Mavi Movie says, hey John, that's cool. Hope you have an amazing experience. I think Spider-Man will be a big hit this Christmas. Oh, definitely.
Depending
yeah. I think it's going to destroy the Matrix, if I'm honest. I don't think the Matrix is going to get a look in.
No,
That's all.
Yeah. I think it's I think that should got like pushed back to next year. Like the time like where there's no like Marvel films or DC films start getting released. But yeah, it'll be their fault. It'll be Warner Brothers' fault, really.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they put it out right with Spider-Man. To be fair, Kingsman as well. They're both coming out around the same time.
I still think like Kingsman will probably do better because it's a Kingsman movie, so it'll probably get like more enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
If anything doesn't happen, because I do want to see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't, I might not be able to get my money back. It's a matter of proper refund, not a reseating.
Yeah. Right. The DVD and Film Bloke says, oh yeah, Frozen is fucking dreadful. No question about it. It's worst Disney film. At least the Black Cauldron had some merits.
Wow.
Well, whoa. Right, that is... Yep, that's okay. That's done. And we have John back, and he says, yeah, it was a total surprise, especially as he's paying for me. Yeah, I think it's going to be a huge hit, definitely.
Yeah,
it's going to be it'll be the best box office film of the year, without a shadow of doubt.
Even though it might be shit. Just
It's Spider-Man. It's going to do well.
Yeah, it'll definitely make money. Like, don't get me wrong, the name alone will bring money in, but the quality of the film is still up in the air. We just don't know yet.
Gotta move again. Sorry about that, but what was I going to say? But they announced that there's going to be another 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man films.
I've heard that, yeah. New trilogy after this one. Yeah.
Where are they going to go from here? That's the thing.
Now you ran out of villains. Still, there's loads of villains that they could use, but I would have thought they would have got like introduced the new Spider-Man or something. Like, I don't think, why do we need another trilogy with Tom Holland? That's the thing. I think Miles Morales should have really got introduced. They'd have Tom Holland in the full film and sacrifice his life or something.
Yeah. The thing is with me, after this one, where are they going to go? They got to go bigger, or people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can like go into the final years of school. Like, he's got to grow up. Like, seriously, like, make him work at the Daily Bugle. Yeah, works at the Daily Bugle where he's supposed to be. He's working at the Daily Bugle, living life, hanging with his girlfriend MJ. He's about to get married, and then Scorpion comes into play.
I'm more interested in seeing what they're going to call it. Homeward Bound, Home Alone, Home Away from Home.
Oh. Spider-Man goes to Australia, Spider-Man home and away.
Oh, man.
Fucking hell.
I don't know why they keep calling him with home in. I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get this fixation on home either. Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way like it's going to be called Home the next time. Like, there's no way because like you had Homecoming, Far From Home, and then No Way Home. Like, out of all the like homes that the call date, No Way Home. I think it's just a pretty weak title that they put on, really.
Yeah, I don't understand why they named it that, but hey. Dr. Impossible says all the goddamn live action remakes of classic Disney animations like The Lion King, Aladdin, as well as Evening Lads. Evening, mate. Thanks for joining.
Well,
yeah, I don't like any of the live actions. I'm honest.
No.
The Lion King one was dreadful.
Yeah.
It just felt very soulless and lifeless.
Yeah.
David does like the Jungle Book one, though. I have heard that one's not too bad.
It's okay. I don't mind. I still prefer the animated one.
I think with all of them, the animated one is always going to be the best one. No matter how good they are, it will not shine a light compared to the originals. Because A, they're much more better made, and B, because of the nostalgia people have for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Definitely.
John said, glad you all checking out The Last American Virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we all have this one here. But he will do, eventually.
probably in the next 2 years.
Mm.
I'm not in the rush to watch it, so because I'm not into these like rom-coms, what the hell it's called, whatever. I get bored.
I don't think it's a rom-com. I wouldn't call it that.
Definitely not.
No.
Oh. Soph said, it broke me, I was a mess.
Yeah, it has that effect.
John says, I can imagine that, Soph. When I watched it, I had no idea that the ending was going to be like that, anywhere like that, totally. I was expecting one thing, but the turn it took was equally as really upsetting as anything else I was thinking.
Yeah.
Soph said she was crying. Yep, and John said it is super bleak.
Yeah. The ending is something.
We have Movie Mad here. Hi, folks. Thanks for joining, mate. We have Dangerous Chris here. All right, everyone. Just pre-ordered Shore Scope Volume 1 and Armor of God. Anyone else getting those? I've never heard of them. What about you guys?
I might get the Armor of God one. That's it. It's a Jackie Chan film. It's not one of my favorite Jackie Chan ones, so I'm not sure. The Shore Scope one, I think that's like a big Arrow box set. I don't really know any of the films on it, so I'm not really prepared to pay the price for it at the moment.
What about you, Andy? No.
Nope.
I think Andy's cut off now.
I think Swinrod doesn't like you, Pete. Doesn't like you today.
No, it's my internet. Blame me.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. Oh, he's back. He's back. Well, hey.
I'll be real for my.
So, you heard of these films, Andy?
No, haven't at all. I've heard of Armor of God, but other than that, no. Martial arts is not my strong point when it comes to movies.
Right.
Unfortunately.
It's basically like the Hong Kong version of like Indiana Jones with Jackie Chan.
Is it? Ooh.
But
sounds fun.
It does sound fun, but for me, it wasn't as fun as I was hoping it would be.
And what about you, Ryan?
No, not really. I've seen it over at God's Bill. It was years ago.
Yeah.
It's all right. Not even heard of Shore Scope before. First time I heard that.
Right. Matt says he's looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett, and I agree.
Definitely, I'm looking forward for
that. What about you, Mike? Are you looking forward to it?
I mean, if it's like The Mandalorian, then yeah, hopefully it should be quite good.
Movie Mad says, I still have that Bloodthirsty Trilogy slip. Ooh.
I think he wants to go out.
Right. I don't know where Andy's gone. He must be having some problems with his internet tonight, a bit like me.
Yeah.
No, I think Alfred wants to go in the garden.
Right. DVD from Film Bloke says, going back to Disney, I also don't like The Little Mermaid. A horny teenager sells her soul to someone who is blatantly evil to get into a stranger's pants. Wow.
That's not how I remember it.
I don't think I'll be able to watch the film again the same way. Wow. Jeez. But I think they're doing a live action version of The Little Mermaid, aren't they?
I think they are, yeah.
I think it's pretty much a given that every single Disney animated film is going to get a live action version.
Yeah.
Hi, Andy.
Internet's playing up. Sorry about that.
You're all right. I've had it tonight. So what do you think of DVD from Film Bloke's description of The Little Mermaid?
I don't mind. I don't mind the film. Horny teenager sells her soul. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Different way of looking at it. Yeah.
But yeah. Because I was talking about like the live action Disney films. What Disney film would you like to see get a live action adaptation?
Sword in the Stone. I think.
That's a good pick.
Would love to somehow see that Wizard's Duel in live action. I love that. I loved that sequence as a kid. It was so much fun.
What about you, Mike?
Personally, probably I don't think I'd like to see any because, like we were saying before, they're probably never going to be as good as the originals. So I'd rather just stick with the originals.
Yeah, there's one I'd like to see, and that's Treasure Planet, because that flopped, that did, back in the day, and I think that could work really well as a live-action film.
Yeah.
DVD from Film Bloke says it would have been better if they kept the original ending of Ariel dying. Well, they wouldn't do that because it's a Disney film, so...
Yeah.
But I actually never knew the original ending was that, so that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
We have Stand in Silence Peter here. Hey everyone. Thanks for joining, Peter.
Hey.
Right. DVD from Film Bloke says Home Alone 4 was an abomination, so fuck Home Sweet Home Alone. I know there is a fifth film with Malcolm McDowell, which I've heard is also a load of shit. I think there's about 7 Home Alone films, or 6. It's amazing how this series has continued. Literally, after the second one, I think they should have just left it, but they've just milked it and milked it.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, I have a soft spot for the third one. I actually remember seeing that one in the cinema. And I know it's not great, but I have a bit of nostalgia for it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I probably might have seen the third one. I've seen a different one without Macaulay Culkin in it, but I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
We'll probably get a sequel. Pardon, what you say, Andy?
I was just going to say, I love the first two.
Yeah.
I think the third one is the best one that probably doesn't have Macaulay Culkin in. But yeah, I'm just staying away from this Home Sweet Home Alone. It just to me sounds like it sounded like a terrible idea, a Home Alone remake.
Yeah,
I know it's got the guy who played Keenan from Keenan and Kel.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I've heard it's got him in. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll probably end up seeing Home Sweet Home Alone 2 next year on Disney Plus, knowing Disney.
Oh, that's someone I didn't need to hear.
Peter says, why would you even bother with Home Alone 4? Lol. What were you expecting? DVD from Film Bloke says, I finally watched the original Matrix. It was good first and third act and concept, but it got bogged down by a terrible second act, and it can go up its own arse at some points.
Okay.
I watched it for the first time a couple of months ago, and I thought it was a really enjoyable film. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but I had a good time with it, and I kind of want to watch the sequels, but in the meantime, I'm not really that bothered about it. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I do love the first one. I would probably agree that in the middle it maybe slows down a little bit, but it picks back up again at the end. The sequels, I can just about manage the second one, but the third one, just it's not for me.
Yeah. So, are you looking forward to the new one coming out or not, Mike?
Well, I do want to see it, but I feel like I need to watch the first one and the sequels again before I see it, and I don't really want to have to put myself through the sequels, but gonna have to.
Yeah. What about you, Andy? What are your thoughts on the series and this new one coming out?
Yeah, I think it's too late for the fourth one, if I'm honest. I think it's just going to be an unwanted sequel. Part 2 and 3, they're not great. I think they're both watchable on a visual standpoint. Story-wise, I don't think they're very good.
Yeah.
I think the first one's great, but a film that gets compared to The Matrix quite a lot is Equilibrium. Now, that's a movie I actually prefer to The Matrix.
Yeah.
I do think it's a much better film, but visually, I do think the first Matrix is pretty good. It was a bit of a game changer, I think, and I do enjoy it for what it is. Like it's not one of my favorite films ever, but I do think it's a pretty good film. Sequels, I'll take a leave.
Have you seen a film called Dark City?
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, that's very similar to The Matrix, but it actually came out a year before it, and I think that's a much superior film. Yeah,
Dark City's great. I love Dark City. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Dark City's great. Yeah.
Cool. I've never actually heard of that one, so I'll have to have a look into that one.
Yeah, visually it's great. I just love how that film looks. It's great.
Yeah.
Nice. So what about you, Brian? What's your thoughts on the Matrix trilogy and the new one coming out?
Right. Now, this is when I got myself interested here. Right. First one, absolutely phenomenal film. It's a film that should have been a standalone, like where it's supposed to be. Directed by the Wachowskis. It just that's what it needed to be. Like standalone film, like film that you never seen before, like that which would happen in the future if we were inside of the Matrix. But the thing what messed it up is the sequels that shouldn't really be made in 2003. So like the second one, Matrix Reloaded, is it's a entertaining film, and I think it should have really ended there. But the third one, I haven't seen it, and I don't think I'll be I don't really want to watch it, but I probably will have to. And then you got Matrix Resurrections. It's a film that shouldn't really be made. Like, you know, like there's other stuff that could have, like, you know, they could have like directed a new film with Keanu Reeves, like something that hasn't been done before. But because like Warner Bros. Want to make that, you know, that money, they decided to make a fourth one, which really is too late to the party. So I like basically it's never been a film that like the new one that's really has my eyes towards it. I just think it shouldn't really be made, and I think it should just be laid to rest. But I'll go say it to see how it is. Like, I don't think it's going to do well at the box office, and it'll probably be a flop. Like what it's going to be. It's going to be a flop. So I'm just going to say I don't really care about it. Like, you know, that's my opinion.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem with movie studios these days is that they're just focusing on bringing back older franchises for modern day audiences.
Yeah.
Given unnecessary and unwanted sequels.
Yeah.
We have Peter saying, "Let's get combining, guy."
Okay.
Okay.
That's a bit random.
DVD and Film Bloke said, "Do you know The Matrix always appears on movies I hate, but everyone loves lists? It's to the point where I don't even think it's that beloved."
All right, yeah, I respect Lenny's opinion though.
Yeah, I get it on a visual standpoint. I personally, I was a kid when it came out. I just thought it was really hard to follow what was going on. But I do think visually, I do think it really is. It looks really good. That's really the only praise I can give it.
Yeah, I think it's remembered most fondly for its visuals and like all the like action sequences.
Yeah.
Ooh. Right, we have Dr. Impossible here saying Macaulay Culkin made a dark psychological thriller a few decades ago called The Good Son. Culkin as a naughty boy, pain in the ass to promote, I would imagine, after Home Alone.
The Good Son's The Good Son's really dark.
Very dark, yeah.
Very, very dark movie. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's kind of like Home Alone if Kevin McAllister had gone all evil.
Really?
That makes sense. Like I'd say it's like Home Alone if Home Alone wasn't played for laughs.
Yeah.
So Home Alone 18 rated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to explain. I think it didn't do so well because it got Macaulay Culkin in it, and it's not the Macaulay Culkin you'd expect to see in a movie, because I think at the time he did like Uncle Buck and like The Page Master and Home Alone and these family friendly movies.
Yeah.
The Good Son is far from family friendly. Like, it is legitimate terrifying and really unsettling and uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's a little shit in that film as well.
He's an absolute horrible, nasty little fucking prick in that film.
Oh,
He's really fucking nasty. Nasty little bastard. Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh, that sold me, Anne.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Right
worth a
little
watch.
shit. Yeah. It's not an amazing film. It's not like 10 out of 10 or anything like that. Like, its praise comes from it being different.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to like when Jim Carrey did The Cable Guy.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like the change in tone from what the audiences were used to seeing from this actor. It put people off.
Yeah.
Like it's very much in that sort of same vein as what went on. But I recommend it. It's definitely like Mike said. It's definitely a one-time watch. It's definitely worth checking out. But it's you're in for like a bumpy ride, to say the least.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched many of his films about like Home Alone, to be fair.
Yeah. I think that's the one that really sort of put him on the map and catapulted him into like superstardom.
Wasn't there one called Richie Rich? I think I can remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, man, nothing wrong with a bit of Richie Rich. It's good fun. Actually.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
It's got a good supporting cast with its adults. Like, I'll give it that. Like,
wasn't that the one with John Goodman in?
I don't think John Goodman's in it.
No,
I think it must be a different film. I'm thinking
It's
of.
got like John Larroquette and Edward Herrmann in it, and
the guy from Jumanji, the hunter guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, Van Pelt. I can't remember the actor's name.
Yeah,
he plays like the butler in it. I think.
Butler, yeah.
We have Neo 1972. He says Spider-Man homosexual for the next Spider-Man film. Fair enough. The DVD even film bloke says, actually, I've invented a new game. I look at movies I hate but everyone loves list and see if you don't find The Matrix or Avatar. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Avatar. Was never really gelled with me, and I'm not looking forward to the how many sequels they're making. It just seems like a waste of James Cameron's ability as a director.
Yeah.
It'd be too old. Literally, it's going to be too old to make all that. Like, seriously, it's going to be too old.
It seems like Avatar just feels like a passion project for him that he just seems to be completely lost in. Can't seem to break away from it. Like, I would love to see a new decent Terminator film from James Cameron. But we've had so much shite from Terminator recently after 2. I think personally, I think it's going to be too late for him, and he's not going to be able to make a film like that anymore. He's been away from the game for far too long.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if people don't like Avatar that much, then the last good film he made was in 1997.
Yeah.
Shocking.
He's not going to be top of his game anymore.
Because when is Avatar 2 coming out next year?
Yeah, it is.
December,
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
It's been coming for years. I thought I think it was coming this year, then it got delayed, it's just I don't understand why. They're shooting it back to back, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
I dare to think how much money's been wasted on this project.
Yeah.
But it's Disney now, so they can afford it.
250 million.
Whoa.
Yes. It cost 250 million to make that film. I like, seriously, it just depends on how long the bloody bugger is. It's like, I'll go see it to see how it is. If it's a stand-up from the first one, I'll be happy. But it'll probably be shit anyway.
I would be happier with 250 million going to charity than having an Avatar 2.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they should give 250 mil to what other projects? Seriously, bring us True Lies 2 or something. I think I'd rather watch that. Like, seriously, I think I'd rather have True Lies 2 than Avatar 2. Because like it'll be more fun.
I fucking love True Lies, man. True Lies is fucking great.
Yeah,
it is a good film. It's a shame it's never got like a proper Blu-ray or 4K release.
Same with The Abyss. Like he's just not been bothered about re-releasing them on Blu-ray or 4K. He's just too wrapped up in Avatar. It's like no one gives a shit.
I mean, if it proves to be a flop, whoa, that's going to be a very expensive flop. And with the other films already in production and being made, Disney are going to lose loads of money.
Yeah.
Are they still keeping like Zoe Saldana, Sam Worthington? Is it all them characters staying?
Yeah, I do know what's the point. I do know what's the point because like Zoe Saldana, she's she's Gamora now. Everyone sees her as Gamora. Going back being a bloody blue creature, the Navi, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
I think now what's the point? I think they should just fucking give up. Look, literally, like what's gonna come out next year? It's literally going to be one of the biggest box office flops I'll see all time. It's what's going to happen because like it's not. It's I just think it's just put it in the ground. No one gives a shit.
When somebody comes up to me and say, "What do you think of Avatar?" I think of like the Nickelodeon animation series, The Legend of Aang.
Yeah.
Not this film. It's not a film that I've watched it once. I've never gone back to it. It's not a film that I have no desire of seeing again. It just felt very overrated and just a hype train for 3D.
It's a story that's been done to death in too many other films, and other films have done it better.
Somebody told me it was Pocahontas in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt V Movie says, I enjoy all three of the Matrix films. Cool.
Yeah.
He says, the first film was the best, but I enjoy all of them and looking forward to Resurrections. Yeah, Resurrection's going to be an interesting film. It'd be interesting to see how it ends up. Dr. Impossible says, it's okay, but I haven't seen The Good Son for about 10 years. Directed by Joseph Rubin, who was directing Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts and Patrick Bugine. Cool.
I've seen Sleeping with the Enemy as well. I don't think it's as good as The Good Son. I tend to like. I think it robbed like a lot of music from The Shining. I found when I watched it, yeah. But it's okay. It's not great, but I recommend checking out The Good Son. It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch.
Oh, I will do. What about you, Mike? What do you think of Sleeping with the Enemy?
I haven't actually seen that one. So can't really comment on that.
Have you seen any, Ryan?
Awesome.
Sleeping with the Enemy?
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen
it. David says, what is your favourite Disney movie you like watching all the time?
Haven't even got a clue because I don't watch Disney that much.
I think for me, the one I go to the most, because I quite like it because it's quite short, doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's nicely packaged, and it's a lot of fun and it's entertaining. And that would probably be a Goofy movie.
Oh man, that's a good film. I used to love watching that as a child. I ain't seen it in years.
It's a lot of fun. I have a good time with it.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Mike?
I think the one that comes to mind is Sleeping Beauty. That's Disney, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember enjoying that one as a kid. Remember it was quite creepy in places, like when she like pricks her finger and goes to sleep. That's the one that comes to mind.
Yeah. And you, Ryan, have you got a favourite one? Frozen?
Oh, shut up. I don't know. It's like I don't really like get so pumped off for Disney. I'm not like a big fan. Like I just think it's just. I think Disney's over the top sometimes. So I'm not really fussed when it comes to Disney. So it's just depends really on what it is.
For me, I'll probably say, well, Lilo and Stitch is my favourite, but I really enjoyed The Emperor's New Groove. Always thought that was a lot of fun when I was a kid. And obviously Aladdin and Lion King.
Yeah, I think the humor in Emperor's New Groove is paced so well. It's a lot of fun, particularly between the two villains.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Totally. I can remember getting one of these like VHSs with recorded TV show or something, and because it overlooped, the film that was on afterwards was The Emperor's New Groove, and I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
David says, if you could choose a computer game into a Disney movie, what would you choose?
I think he means turn. What would if you could?
If you could turn a computer game into a Disney movie, what could it be?
I'm stumped.
It's got to be something Nintendo, hasn't it? Something really like happy and cheery, like I don't know, Pokemon or something.
Super Mario.
Yeah. David says they are making another live-action Lion King film.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah. I think it's meant to be like a prequel. Yeah.
Well, it made loads of money in the box office, didn't it?
Of course.
Oh, it's just, I weren't keen on it at all. But apparently they're doing a sequel to the Aladdin live action as well.
I don't know why. Why? It doesn't need it.
Money.
Oh, basically, right? Disney can shut the money up their asses. Like seriously, we don't need another sequel to Aladdin.
But wasn't there like 2 or 3 direct-to-video sequels? Return of Jafar and the Prince of Thieves, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's different though, because it's like it's animation. It's when it comes to like bringing franchises back that we don't really need. So I've just stayed away from it, really.
Right. Dr. Impossible says, I'm amazed Disney haven't made a live-action version of Snow White. Maybe Paul Verhoeven would like to go and make a erotic adventures of Snow White. Okay. That sounds like a film you could probably find already online if you search in the right places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on. David says they should make a Zelda movie live action. Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's just perfect for a film. And the Metroid series from Nintendo, because that's heavily inspired by the Alien franchise. Dr. Impossible says Dark City is quality. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And Stand in Silence Peter says that's combing as in combing your hair.
Comb. I'm gonna comb, so I'm just using my fingers, make it look nice. Still be the same by the way.
Yep, people can see you brush your hair. That's something.
Why?
Right. Matt V Movie says, what film are you looking forward to seeing in 2022? Not Avatar 2, I can tell you, mate.
Probably the Batman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I agree. The Batman. And I'm kind of intrigued to see where the Super Mario Brothers movie is going, mainly just for the cast.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Maybe Mission Impossible 7.
Oh yeah.
If it's of the quality of the last few sequels, then should be good.
And then we've got Top Gun as well. I keep forgetting that. That's been pushed back like 2 years now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man. And what about you, Ryan? What's the film you looking forward to next year?
Oh, fucking hell. I'll tell you something, right? I don't know. I don't know what's coming out next year, except for the Batman. But like, you see, me when it comes to new films, like I rather discover. Like I normally look at the schedule, like, oh yeah, this looks interesting, that looks interesting, that kind of thing. But there's not really anything that I'm looking forward for next year, really.
No.
There's many projects being announced, but it's just stuff I've seen before. Really.
Right. The comments have all gone weird. David Beach says Home Alone 2021 is on Disney Plus to watch. Yeah. It's optional, so don't watch it. Please don't watch it. Peter says, I've ordered some sort of soft core parody version of Superwoman called Miss Magnificent off the Vinegar Syndrome sale. Looking forward to watching it. Anyone seen it? Never even heard of it. What about you guys?
Not a clue.
No.
Okay.
Sounds like it's going to be an interesting watch, Peter, but I hope you enjoy it. David said they are making a Grease 3 movie. Really?
Oh,
I've never seen Grease 2.
Neither have
Me
I.
neither.
Never seen
I've
Grease
watched the
2.
first one. I've just only ever seen the first one. I've heard the second one isn't very good, but then I've heard people say it's actually they enjoy it more than the first one.
I've heard that. I've heard people say they prefer Grease 2 over the first one.
Because didn't they do like a live action one, like a TV musical one or something? I'm thinking they did a few years ago.
Don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Because I remember seeing like Grease in a triple pack, and there was like a third one, but I think it was like a stage show or something. It probably was. But it'd be interesting to see who they'll cast in Grease 3. It could be John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John back again.
Yeah.
Peter says, I like that Sonic Youth music video for the song Sunday that Macaulay Culkin was in. But me and Mondo John are probably the only ones who here appreciate Sonic Youth. I've heard of them, but I've never listened to none of their music. What about you guys?
I think the only thing I remember Sonic Youth from was that Simpsons episode.
Probably.
The Homapalooza one. That's the only thing I remember them from.
What about you, Mike?
I think I tried to get into them once, but they weren't really for me. I think they kind of came out in the era of music that I do like, but yeah, they weren't really for me.
Ryan?
First time I fucking heard of that, like fucking hell.
Okay. David said Grease 1 is the best one to watch with John Travolta. It's the only one I've seen.
It grows on me, that film, the more I watch it. I didn't think that much of it the first time I saw it, but I do actually quite like it. Like, I love the way it looks. I think the aesthetics to it are wonderful. But yeah, I do actually quite like the first one. I don't think it's got the best characters. Like, I think some of them are bland and a bit stupid at times.
Yeah.
With decisions they make. But overall, I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I watched it. I didn't watch it for about a good 5 or 6 years, but I used to watch it at school a lot. For some reason, they used to show it at school, and I enjoyed it. But again, haven't seen it for years. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I had the first one on DVD years ago. I haven't seen it for the longest time. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't like my favorite, but yeah, it was fine.
What about you, Ryan? Did you like Grease 1?
Ooh, yeah, Grease is like one of like the most like phenomenal films I've seen. Like I think it goes like right up there, but I don't think it's like the most like best film like of all time in my opinion, because I prefer it. And see, mate, like I'm used to like John Travolta in action films. You know, like I've seen Saturday Night Fever. I think I prefer Saturday Night Fever over Grease because he ain't singing, is he? Isn't he? So I think I prefer that over Grease.
Yeah. Matt says we need the Abyss on 4K and even Blu-ray. That would be nice. Yeah. James Cameron, if you're hearing this, you know what you've got to do. And that's not Avatar 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
It's just so insane. It's not even out on Blu-ray.
It's easy money. It's easy money. This is what I don't understand.
And the existing DVD is really poor quality as well.
Yeah.
I think when I watch it on my TV, it's like in a letterbox format, so it's got black bars on the sides and the top, so it's like tiny little widescreen.
So it must be like the early days of DVD then.
Yeah.
Wow. Peter says Grease 3 sounds like a terrible idea.
So did a remake of Home Alone, but they went and did that.
Yep. They certainly did. What do you think of this remake of West Side Story? I keep seeing that advertised now.
It's in good hands with Spielberg, I think.
You think?
Yeah. I know of recent times he's been hit and miss in my opinion. But he's a name I trust. So I do like the original for what it is. It's not like my favorite or anything like that, but I do enjoy it. Like I do think it is a good, competent movie.
Sorry, I was just asking my mum for some water because I've got this my throat keeps going because I've got this flu. But what do you think of this West Side Story remake, Mike?
I've not actually seen that much for it. I don't think I've even seen a trailer for it.
The adverts seem to be popping up on Facebook for me just lately.
Yeah, I've not seen anything for it. I know it's coming out like very, very soon, isn't it?
I think it's out now in America because I've seen some YouTubers talk about it in America.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll see it at some point, but I'm not in a rush to see it.
I know there's one film a lot of people keep talking about, and that's In the Heights. A lot of people say that's their film of the year.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. I'm not a big Lin-Manuel, whatever his name is, Lin-Manuel Miranda's fan. I think he's a bit of a tit. I watched him on Graham Norton when he was promoting Mary Poppins Returns, and he rubbed me up the wrong way. I just really didn't like him. But he's in it, and I know he's like worked a lot behind the scenes with it, but he's hardly in it, so that was like a bit of a bonus for me. I didn't enjoy the start of it, but as In the Heights went on, I sort of appreciated it more for what it was and had a good time with it. It was a solid 7 out of 10 for me. It was cool. It was enjoyable on a certain level, but I don't think I'd go back and rewatch it or anytime soon.
Have you seen it, Mike?
I haven't. No.
What about you, Ryan? Have you seen In the Heights?
I'm not really interested in the Heights. I never really bothered with it.
Yeah, it's the same here. It's just a film that I've known this come out. It's just never really intrigued me. But a lot of people have been saying, how brilliant it was. It's just like literally come out of nowhere. and a lot of people were singing its praises. David says, have you watched the Matrix animation? I never even knew there was an animated series.
No, was it? I didn't know it wasn't it in the Matrix.
Wasn't it called like the Animatrix or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. No. Yeah, DVD from Film Bloke says even a proper DVD of the Abyss, which isn't pissing Laserdisc transfer.
Yeah.
Jeez, that DVD version sounds pretty bad, Anne.
I think if you've got a really old TV, it's fine, but on the more modern TVs, it doesn't look great.
Edward says, what movie would you love to see get a sequel?
I think the big one that a lot of people want to see a sequel to, for me, because I enjoyed it for what it was Dread.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely that needs a sequel.
That's the one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't mind. Are we getting a sequel to Bumblebee?
I don't know.
I mean, like the first 10 minutes of Bumblebee was like brilliant.
Yeah, I just wanted the whole film to be that opening sequence, because after that opening sequence, for me, the film turned into E.T.
Yeah. I'd also like to see this new Suicide Squad get a sequel. I don't think they've announced that yet, have they?
I think it's been rumored again.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been rumored, but I didn't know at the minute because like it's always getting rumored. But it's just got to wait and see, really.
Yeah. Ooh. What about you, Mike? What film would you like to see get a sequel?
Well, it can't really happen, but I would have liked I would have liked to have seen Michael Keaton's third Batman film, like the sequel to Batman Returns. I feel because I think they were going to originally make it with him, and then things happened, and I just would have been intrigued to have seen that.
Yeah.
I know he's coming back in the Flash, but it's not really the same.
No. I think the Flash is coming out next year and all, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Just didn't know at the minute.
Yeah. What film would you like to see get a sequel, Ryan?
Oh, Christ's sake. It's a hard one because I prefer like films having a standalone release. But the thing is, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't think it's needed. I don't think we need sequels to films.
Yeah.
Because you just didn't know if it's going to be shit. That's the thing. Just really, you should just leave it alone. Whatever they do make. But I would love seeing I would love to see a proper good sequel to Jingle All the Way, but with Arnie going for looking for a PS5.
Yeah.
There was a sequel to Jingle All the Way, wasn't there?
Yeah,
there was with Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah. It's like, why?
Kindergarten Cop 2 as well.
Oh, Christ's sake.
Dolph Lundgren in it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Matt V Movie says the Animatrix. That's what its name was. You guys did say, didn't you? Also, a HD transfer of the Abyss would be nice. Not Avatar, please, James Cameron. An extended version of the film. Film 4 does show a HD version of the theatrical release. Ooh, cool.
Ooh,
nice.
Very nice.
I'll record it next time it's on Film 4. But DVD from Film Bloke says, my mum likes Sleeping with the Enemy. To be honest, it's one that's never grabbed me.
Yeah.
Matt V Movies is looking forward to Dune Chapter 2. Yes, so am I. Really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, same.
Have you seen it, Mike?
No, I didn't get around to seeing it. It does look good, so I'll probably watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I don't think it's out. I think it's out next month. I think on Blu-ray. It's not too long to go.
Yeah.
Ryan, you weren't a big fan, were you? You thought it was a bit too boring.
Yeah, no, it's a good film. It has potential to be good, right? I just think it's not because of the runtime, because I've seen films that like have been more interesting than that. No, and I just think I think it lost that feeling of what it should have been. But I just think it wasn't needed. Like, seriously. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. Like, because it's just boring in my opinion. It's just boring.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We have Last Chance Ches here. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. His favorite movie is Zootropolis, or is it Zootopia in America? The amount of hidden jokes and references that kids won't understand but adults will is crazy. I've yet to see it, but I really do want to watch it. It looks a lot of fun. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I think I have seen it. Yeah.
It's one of the better, more recent ones, yeah. And I enjoyed it.
Cool. You've seen it, right? Dr. Impossible says, I sent an email to Fox in the UK about the status of releasing The Abyss on Blu-ray via a 4K release. I had a response from them, highly unlikely in the present climate streaming. Yeah. It's staying in that Disney vault, and
yeah. It's unfortunate.
DVD from Film Bloke says Alice in Wonderland, the 50s version is great. Fantasia and Lilo and Stitch are great as well.
Yeah.
Matt says that doesn't surprise me about The Abyss.
Yeah.
We have Jason here. Hey Jason, hope you're doing well,
Hi, Jason.
mate.
Hey Jason.
Mike, I've enjoyed your first couple of videos. Such high production values so early in your YouTube journey. Great job, my dude.
Cheers for that, Jason. Thanks for that.
Yeah. DVD from Film Bloke says, does anyone really give a fuck about a Willy Wonka prequel? I don't see the teenage life of a guy called Willy whose last name rhymes with wanker. Jeez.
Yeah.
We know what Willy was doing all through his teenage years then. Jeez.
I love that Gene Wilder film. Like, it's so much fun. It's one of those films I think that me and Mike and Rich we can sit down and watch and have an absolute blast with it and just really enjoy it. It's just I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, there's just great moments in it. Like when I watched it as a kid, there were so many moments that kind of just went over my head, and I didn't really get all of the jokes, like some of the more adult jokes. But now I can appreciate those scenes a lot more.
Yeah, I'm the same. Particularly those scenes like in the first half.
Yeah, like the guy in the psychiatrist's office and
the woman whose husband's been kidnapped, and the guy who creates like the computer to like predict where the best ticket. All those jokes sort of like went over my head, and it's like, okay, what are these really contributing? And then as an adult, I get them a lot more. Like they fit nicely in.
I think when I was a kid, I used to skip all of that and just get to the chocolate factory scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in years since I was a kid, so it definitely is worth a rewatch. As what you said, you'll get more of the references and the humour.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the Tim Burton Johnny Depp remake when I was a kid, but again, I haven't seen that in years. But that's certainly an interesting remake, to say the least.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good Johnny Depp performance. That film, it just feels so unguided and just too off the hook. It's just
It's a very interesting turn by him, isn't it? It's just very strange. But then with that film, it did kind of explore his origins, didn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say it was kind of partly a prequel, wasn't it? Because I remember those scenes where he's like a child, isn't there, with Christopher Lee?
Yeah.
No, there was like bits in like a jungle, weren't there? I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think that's when he finds the Oompa Loompas. I think.
I think so. Peter says, "Looks great, Ryan."
Thanks, thank you. I love your compliments. Everyone's commenting on my hair tonight.
Yeah. Jason says Grease 2 is better than the first one. Yeah, I think I remember both you and Soph said the second one's better. Yeah, and it's coming from Jason, who isn't a fan of musicals. So it must be good.
He put like whenever they start singing, he probably just put the songs on mute. So that's one thing you could do.
Dr. Impossible says Dirty Dancing 2 is better than Dirty Dancing.
That's another sequel I've not seen.
There was a Dirty Dancing 2. I didn't even know that. I mean, I like the first one.
I've heard they're making another one as well. Like they're bringing Jennifer Grey back for it, I think.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Again,
personally,
yeah.
I don't see Dirty Dancing without Patrick Swayze.
No.
Totally.
Happening. He is the star of that film.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'll work without him.
Yeah, I agree. It just seems like an odd thing to bring that franchise back, but then again, studios are doing it. Have you seen Dirty Dancing 2, Mike? And what's your thoughts on the first one?
No, I mean, like you, I didn't even know Dirty Dancing 2 existed. But yeah, no, I don't mind the first one. It's not really my type of film, but you know, I enjoyed it last time I watched it.
Cool. David says, I like Beauty and the Beast to the live new one, and the original one is good in the 90s, so you like both the original and the animated one. Ooh. Viewer Drew says, are you excited for the new Kingsman movie? Yes, I'm looking forward to it. It looks great, but honestly, I think it's kind of getting forgotten about.
Yeah.
It's one of those films. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, I loved the first one. I thought the second one was okay. I'm sort of intrigued in this. I think the big selling point for me is Ralph Fiennes, isn't it?
And Gemma Arterton.
Yeah. Because I really, really liked Ralph Fiennes in No Time to Die. He was probably the best part of that film for me.
I kind of agree with you there. I think he was definitely the standout.
Yeah. I love the scenes with him and Craig in No Time to Die. They were my favourites out of that whole film. But yeah, I just think it's. I think it'll do better than The Matrix, but I still think it's going to get lost in all this Spider-Man hype.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a film that's coming. That I know it's coming, but when people keep reminding me, I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming soon. It's just odd. I mean, when the second one came out, you knew it was coming. There was a lot of hype for it, but this one's just kind of fallen under the radar a bit.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Kingsman films, Mike?
Yeah, I think like Andy said, I like the first one. I haven't actually seen the second one, to be fair. But, but yeah, I did enjoy the first one for what it was, yeah.
What about you, Ryan?
Ooh, right. Put us on the spot. You put us on the spot. Does it all the time now.
What?
Put us on the spot. Right. Like what I'm gonna say about it is that this is for Kingsman, is it? Right.
Yeah.
Like the first one is absolutely brilliant. I think it's a brilliant film that was brought out, and I think it done well. But like what doesn't really make any sense is what this why they made a sequel. I think it could have been better as a standalone, in my opinion. Because
isn't it based on a comic book franchise?
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Yeah, but the comic book's actually it's actually loosely based, so it's totally different.
I think with the second film, they spoiled a big major plot point in the trailers, but I'm not going to say no. The View with Drew says, sorry, said the wrong thing earlier. I meant eggsy instead of eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's Taron Egerton's character, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Matt V Movie says, hoping John Wick 4 will be good, but again, maybe time to stop churning out sequel after sequel. Yeah, I agree. The John Wick films are good, fun action flicks. They have good casts. They're just like, dare I say it, like fast food films. They're easy to watch and they're enjoyable. They're not the greatest, but they're just good fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think John Wick 4's having a really good cast coming in. I think Donnie Yen's joining, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, for me, I think the first one's the best one. I like the second one. I think the second one's good. The third one kind of is pushing it a bit, but it's still an enjoyable time.
Yeah. I think I like the second one the best. I did really like the first one, but I did enjoy the second one. But yeah, the third one was... it was still fun, but I didn't think they needed Halle Berry in it. I just felt her character was a bit unnecessary.
She felt underused, definitely. She wasn't in there 5 minutes, really.
Yeah.
Dr. Impossible says, Finion's Rainbow was a quality musical. Still love it. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Ever come at that one, Jason? Never heard of it.
No, I haven't. I'm Ford Coppola as well.
I think that's a film that kind of derailed his career because I think it absolutely bombed. I don't think he ever recovered from it.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I might be wrong. I'm not too sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to have a look into that.
Yeah.
Peter says, Maxwell Caulfield, who's in Grease 2, is awesome in The Boy Next Door. Watch that instead.
I didn't rate that film.
Was that the one with Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
And it was the same director who did Wayne's World?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't rate that film. I didn't.
Yeah.
I preferred the other one. Is it Suburbia?
Yeah, that one.
That's the other one I preferred. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one. Matt says, I like the look of Moonfall. Good old disaster film. Needed every now and then. Is that the one by Roland Emmerich that's coming out next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's got Halle Berry in, hasn't it?
Might do, yeah.
I can't remember. I've heard it going about, but I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I don't have much faith in that film because of that Independence Day sequel he did.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those directors that has... I like some of his films, and then others I think are just terrible. And that Independence Day film was... I just thought it was awful. I think I fell asleep in the cinema when I saw it.
Yeah. What was it called? Resurgence? Oh,
Regurgence.
Yeah.
Regurgence.
Oh, the fucking shit.
David said, Ryan, What movies do you buy on Blu-ray?
Arrow. That's what I buy. I'm an Arrow collector. Yeah, but I got all that stuff. I'm like, no, because I've just got back into collecting films for like months ago, and I mostly collect Arrow now because I like cult films. I think they're much better than the films that you get these days. I like all the 80s stuff. I like all like the 70s and the 90s. Because they're films that are not really remembered now, like except for like the big ones. I'm talking about like the ones that are like just big, like no one talks about. So that's where I like mostly focus on. But I do like my Arnie. I do like my spy films as well. That's stuff I like to watch, and I love horror. Horror's the main thing that I like to watch. Like what I've been doing on my channel, Trip to Horror Road, which is doing pretty well. So which I'm pretty proud of. So like,
That's great.
And then doing the collaboration with Andy on Friday. Looking forward for that.
Yep.
Sleepaway Camp, so I'll be watching that tomorrow.
Good film.
Yeah, really good film. Yeah.
Shame that I never got it like a proper good release over here though.
No.
Yeah, it's just a region 1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it will, like, probably in the future it'll probably come out on Arrow or something. Wait, yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Probably. Peter says, did anyone here order from the Arrow sale so far?
No, I did the last one, but I didn't get anything in this one.
Yeah, the Arrow sales is only on the website, but luckily with on the Arrow sale, you don't have to pay another £2, another £2, another £2 all the time. What the next does, you only just pay for £2 postage, and that's it. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like I think 16 panels is going for a £5 at the minute.
Oh, that's a good price.
It is, yeah.
I'm pretty certain Zavi's got the sale on as well, but then again, Zavi own Arrow. Well, hopefully there'll be some on offer in HMV, but then the sale's only just finished, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
See me, I've only just bought some Arrow. I've got like the house box set, which I got for like 20 quid. So it's just not bad. And I got Carrie. Lovely little stack I've got that I haven't done yet. Still haven't seen American Werewolf in London. So probably get to watch that sometime next week.
You're doing yourself a disservice there. I'd get on American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
You need to watch that. That is such a classic.
Yeah, I'm just glad I've got the Arrow edition, so I'm looking to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Before
Mike, what were you saying, Andy? Ryan, sorry.
Before I start leading myself into the house films, which is basically like the next 2 weeks is going to be house, like basically what it is.
As long as you don't put them in the bin.
I've got a feeling Ryan might be putting them in the bin. If I'm honest.
No. Like I wouldn't put them in a bin. If I don't like it, I can easily just like trade it in the CX. Depending on how much they give us, the bloody bastards are, because I think they were selling it for like 18 quid, and I was only going to get 12 quid. Like, sod that, I want my money back. So like, if there's like a film that I want to get rid of, I'll probably like do that. Like, I might like the first two, and just like chuck the other two in the bin. But
I actually found the third one the most entertaining because of how fucking awful it was and how batshit crazy it was. And it's got that character actor Brian James in it, who is fucking entertaining when he's on fire.
Yeah,
like he's just one of the most fun actors like ever. Like Michael. No, we both find him hysterical in Tango and Cash.
Yeah,
like he's one. With his dodgy as fuck accent in Tango and Cash. It's he's so funny in that film.
Yeah.
But in House 3, it's like he's off the hook insane.
Yeah.
That's why I probably like the third one the most.
Oh, that sounds good.
But the fourth one's trash, man. Oh, God.
Yeah.
The fourth one's borderline unwatchable.
No. You in for a treat, then, Rowan?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. Like when it comes to shit films, you know what? I'll go deep into it. You know what? I'll literally go. I literally do. I'll go into spoiler territory. That's what I do. Like if I'm just doing it like a normal standard review by myself, I don't do spoiler reviews.
Yeah.
But like if there's unless like if I'm doing like a film that I'm doing a collaboration with, it goes spoiler territory. So that's the thing. But like when it comes to shit films, I go directly into it. This film contains so many spoilers. Because I'll just dive in. But the thing is, right, I never spent 20 minutes talking about a film that I absolutely hate yet. So if there is, it'll probably be that. So
yeah. You can use the line, I'm spoiling it, so you don't have to go through that same pain I have.
Oh, that's one thing.
Mike, how many arrows have you got? Because I noticed in your videos you seem to have quite a collection.
Yeah. Maybe. I think over 200.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been collecting them for quite a long time now. I think maybe about 6 or 7 years. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Arrow. So yeah,
that's cool.
I think it was you who got me into Arrow.
Yeah, maybe.
I might have been. Yeah, I might have been round at yours, and I just saw the Arrow label, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna have to check something out."
I think at the time when I first started collecting them, I think I wasn't collecting them because they were Arrow. I think it was just because I genuinely wanted the films, and that was the only way to get them on Arrow Blu-rays. And then I think eventually I was like, "Oh, this Arrow, like they're a thing, aren't they?" So, and then I just kind of fell down a rabbit hole of wanting more.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like right? There's loads of box sets that I want. I want to get like the Hellraiser box set. I want to get my Vengeance Trilogy box set back. So I've got that in my collection. And there's plenty of like other like Korean films I want. Like Joint Security area, Tale of Two Sisters, like even going like into like Japanese era with the Rain trilogy. So that's stuff for
yeah, they've done some great like Asian films, Japanese, Koreans, loads of great stuff.
Ooh. The DVD and Film Bloke says, at least the UK DVD of True Lies has a decent transfer. I believe the US DVD is a Laserdisc transfer as well. Shocking. Peter says, Jason Barrett, I have both Grease 1 and 2, but I haven't properly watched them. That said, Caulfield and Pfeiffer are much more appealing to me than Travolta and Newton-John.
That's fair enough.
I'd agree with Pfeiffer, yeah.
Matt says there is a grey release of True Lies on Blu-ray available from Amazon Spain. Supposed to be a good transfer. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have picked that up on the community.
Yeah,
well, I think it's quite expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I looked into getting it, but it was too much. So I'll stick with the DVD.
Dr. Impossible says Universal might still retain the UK rights to True Lies, but without Cameron behind the restoration, it's highly unlikely to resurface in the future. Could be another straight streaming, which sucks. Totally. DVD from Film Bloke says, yeah, the Gene Wilder film was great, still holds up years later, at least more than that shite Tim Burton film.
It was just such a waste because like I loved Willy Wonka and I loved Tim Burton. And I actually thought, it sounded like a good idea, but evidently not. It was just such a shame. But I love the Gene Wilder one, man. I just think it's great.
If I wanna do paradise. Around and oh shite. It's not my fault. I watched that one. That's the thing.
Because that recently got a 4K treatment, didn't it?
Yeah. What I love about the Wilder one is just how the characters in that universe go batshit fucking crazy anytime Willy Wonka does something. Like anytime there's like a new chocolate bar coming out or something, like the teacher will completely dismiss the class.
Yeah.
Like class dismissed.
Really?
Yeah. He's just like, let's go. But, and like he's like the teacher's doing a maths quiz. He's like, how many bars did you eat? And be like 200, like 150. And Charlie's like 2. Like,
what do you mean you're only 2?
Can't work out 2. Oh, it's so much fun. I just love it.
Yeah,
it's great.
I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it in years. Neo says, moving on. Yeah, they did. I think Fox got the rights back in 2010. My copy is released by Fox and is uncut like the old Universal DVD. Cool. John says, back from watching a Mandalorian episode. Got one more to go in the second series. I'll watch it in a day or two. Work beckons.
Okay. I think you'll enjoy that last episode.
I think it's been sport for me because, like, on Facebook, people kept posting up pictures and shit. So it's easily sport unless you watch it, like, the day it comes out.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that's worrying me with Spider-Man.
Me too.
Just don't read anything if I say, oh, Spider-Man's put up. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't read them. That's why I don't go into things. I just, like, don't read, like, stuff that shouldn't be read.
Yeah. Peter says, I feel the same way, wanting to see Burton's cancelled Batman 3. Good answer.
Yeah.
Peter says, lol, there must be at least some sequels you like, Ryan.
Oh, do you know? It's just that's the thing I always like. It's just dependent if a film like is like any good or not. That's the thing. Like it's just like is the sequel gonna hold up? Like, but it's just not a thing I would like continue with, really.
Okay.
It's there's been many so bad sequels of like it's really good films like Speed 2, which is like bleh. God. Under Siege 2 is shit. Oh god.
I quite like Under Siege 2.
I actually prefer it than Under Siege 1.
Yeah, I do if I'm honest. I prefer the second one.
So I think it's just depending like what.
Yeah, it's all down to your taste at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there's quite a lot of sequels I prefer to the original. I prefer Addams Family Values over the Addams Family.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think the second one's great. And I'm of the unpopular opinion. I prefer Wayne's World 2 over Wayne's World.
Whoa.
I think they're both like
they're both
neck
they're
and
both
neck.
there, but
yeah.
I think because I grew up with Wayne's World 2 more than Wayne's World, because I saw Wayne's World 2 first.
Yeah.
I have a lot more fun with Wayne's World 2. I just find it a bit more funnier. I think the first one's the better film, but personally I enjoy Wayne's World 2 just a bit more, but they're both very of the same par.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, I'd have to go Wayne's World 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. DVD from Film Bloke says, I've currently got 12 arrows. I mostly get films I wanted to watch. I was collecting arrows since I got a Blu-ray player. Ooh, that's good. Right. We've got Koroshia Ichi here. Ryan, forget the Arrow Hellraiser box set. Get the German Turbine box set instead.
Okay, I don't even know what the giant turbine box set is. It's the first time I've heard of that. I've searched it up. I couldn't find it.
Those movies just make me feel sore, like painful. Like
I've never even heard of them.
I actually think Hellraiser 2 isn't that bad of a sequel. I don't think it's as good as the first, but I think it's very creative.
Me, I only like the first three. The first three is like probably like the only way I'll go. But the thing is, I don't think after number 3, I think it's just all shit. Like I think I only went down to number 4. That's all I went to. But like I don't know. Like one day I'll literally just like, I'll have a marathon with all the Hellraisers and literally like do like a bunch of reviews of them, and it'll just probably just me just like tearing it apart.
Yeah.
I won't be talking about the storyline. I'll just be talking about how crap the freaking kills are. Well, I'll be doing. It's like, oh, well, that was shit. That woman only lasted like 2 seconds, and there you go. It's either she gets her fucking nipples took off, ripped off, or whatever the hell it was. Like what they normally do. Fucking like, what the fuck's going on here? I think I've seen much better things than this. Like in my opinion, I think Hellraiser is just similar to Saw in a way, but with less the paranormal side of it.
Okay.
So that's what the continuation Hellraiser was. The Saw films. It's like there's fucking too many Saw films as it is, and I've seen them all.
Yeah.
I just didn't even know why. I was like, oh, what's next? Spiral 2. Bring it on. Not really. I've seen better than that. Like, look, the first one is only going to be like the good Saw film you're going to get out the whole franchise. That's all you're going to get.
I've heard a lot of love for the second one. I know a lot of people.
I think Jason proposed the second one.
Yeah.
I only like the first 3 because I like number 3. That's the thing. I only like number 3, but like the first one's like always the true adaptation, like where it's supposed to go. But like how successful the first one went, that he did the rest of them for money. That's all what it was. But in my opinion, I'll just stick with the original, even though I don't even own the first one on Blu-ray. Yeah. It's just something I won't own. That's the thing. Like I'm just like, I'm better off getting them on DVD. But the thing is, I don't want them in my collection. I'm just not bothered with Saw unless I'll just get the first one and that's it. Like if it's like a new release or something, like an updated, like remaster, because like I just think it's just pointless at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Something to tell you every freaking day as it is.
DVD from Film Bloke says he's got 9-hour videos, 2 academies, and 2 films. 1 film, should I say?
Hour films.
Cool, good collection. David says, I like the Carry On films. They're making some more Carry On films, but he won't be with the original cast.
I
wouldn't have thought that. Why?
Why we need a new Carry On film? Like, what they're going to do with it? It's not during the 60s or 70s. What they're going to do? A modernized version of it. There's no way you can do a modernized version of Carry On. They wouldn't have to go back to the 60s.
That sort of humour wouldn't work these days. A lot of people wouldn't accept it.
No, you just wouldn't get away with it.
Yep.
No.
It'll probably be shit anyway. It'll probably turn into an Americanized thing.
Probably. John says, I heard that they're going to add new scenes into the ending of Return of the Jedi, so the new series they are making will kind of retrofit into the universe. Never heard that.
I've seen a deleted scene from Return of the Jedi, but it's from the beginning, where Luke puts the lightsaber in R2.
Yeah. I think that scene's quite cool, but I can understand why they deleted it.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of a bit dark. Like it kind of makes you doubt sort of where Luke's like loyalties lie a bit. It's
supposed. I think it's set like right before he goes into Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
But it's like it looks really good, the scene. But, yeah, I'm glad they cut it out though.
Yeah.
Peter says, Playtendoguy, did you watch Roadhouse yet? No, I haven't. I still haven't got around to watching it. I haven't got a copy, so I'll have to be on the lookout for that. This is probably going to be the new Have You Seen Halloween yet?
Roadhouse is a lot of fun. I really like Roadhouse. It's stupid, over the top action, and I love it.
I'm gonna have to get around to watching it. DVD from Film Bloke says, as I said, modern carry-on film wouldn't work. The SJWs would have a field day for a start. Also, the carry-on films started going downhill with carry-on girls. I think a big part of what makes the carry-on films is like the big ensemble cast of like the regulars like Sid James and Barbara Windsor, who pretty much I think everybody's dead of the original carry-on.
I think there's only like one left. But yeah, like Kenneth Williams and Charles Audrey and all that. You know, you can't beat it. You know, you can't. The chemistry like between those actors like on screen, like you can't capture it.
No.
Like, the Carry On films, I wouldn't say any of them are great. Like, and there's a few good ones in there. Like I like Carry On Screaming and Carry On Cleo and Carry On Up the Climber. They're probably like the best ones, but they're not great. Like they're not 10 out of 10 movies. They're not like your Jaws or E.T.s or your Godfathers and like that. They're just watchable, fun, entertaining movies. They're not breaking any ground.
No.
Just weird when they're releasing them on Blu-ray, which is I don't even know why.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
I did not.
I'll be interested to see how much they charge for it. 120 quid, probably even more.
Probably big because see, I want the Hitchcock box set, because the HMV's got I think the new edition where he's got all of his best films in. It's not although on at the release, which is basically the same box set where you get from the DVD, but I think it's added more. I think you get 18 films or something.
Yeah, I think you do. I've noticed it, but I think it's about 70 quid.
It was frick it. I told myself, Ryan, I told myself to fuck off. You're not buying that, not for 50 quid. It's not worth it. At the end of it.
David says they are making a Wayne's World 3.
Okay.
Oh, no, they're not. They can't make that.
I think it's a bit late in the day, if I'm honest.
Should have came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll certainly be interesting to see Mike Myers being Wayne in Wayne's World 3. How old is he now?
50 odd.
Okay.
It'd have to be like Wayne's World doing his own podcast or web show or like Wayne's World Wayne's World in the movie. I've got no fucking clue what that show's about. At the end of the day, I can't tell you what Wayne's World the show is about in the movie. I don't know. And it seems like it has the shortest runtime. It's on for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I still fucking love the movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're good fun.
Yeah.
David also says, do you buy 4K movies? I don't.
No.
What about you guys?
No,
I picked up my first one in November, which was Suicide Squad, but I don't even have a 4K player. So I picked it up by accident because it was the Steelbook. I just thought it was the Blu-ray Steelbook, but it turns out it was the 4K. So
has it got the Blu-ray as well?
Yeah, it's got the Blu-ray as well. Yeah. But it turns out it was marketed as 4K with the Blu-ray. So I can at least still watch it.
Steelbooks now are 4K, aren't they?
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? Do you collect 4K?
Occasionally, yeah. I don't I do think they're a bit expensive, so I'll never really blind buy a 4K. I'll only buy films that I know that I really love. yeah, it'll only really be something
Yeah,
that I really,
totally.
truly, generally want.
Yeah, because it's quite an expensive price. It's more of a luxury item, and it's got to be a film that you like for that price.
And I only tend to get them when they're in a deal. Like I think at the moment there's quite a lot of good deals on, like 3 for $30 or things like that.
Yeah, I agree. Dr. Impossible says a great Patrick Swayze vehicle for me was Next of Kin. Never got a UK DVD or Blu-ray release. Never heard of that.
I've heard people saying that's pretty good. Next of Kin.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Dawn as well is like another one of his I've not seen that people have said is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
John says Mandalorian has not been spoiled yet. That's good to hear, John.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying it.
I hope it stays that way till you see it.
Mm. Cobra Viper 999. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining, Cobra. Hope you're doing well. Cobra also says Grease 2 is a terrible sequel. Cool.
I've got to check it out. I've got to see what
it seems to be very polarizing. A lot of people love it and a lot of people hate it.
Yeah.
Arrow has also added a bunch of Severin and Screenbound stuff for £6 on the site. I'll order soon. Ordered a lot of Vinegar Syndrome Sal, but still have a few pounds left for Arrow, says Peter. I'll have to have a look tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he also says, Peter also says, most of the £5 ones on the Arrow sale are a no-brainer. Yeah, an Arrow for £5, great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably get 4 like in the Arrow sale, probably just the £5 ones.
Yeah.
So I've only got 25 quid.
So I remember when HMV used to do like 5 for £30.
Yeah.
It was like £6 an Arrow.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
Not bad. So now it's just like 8 quid every time now. I wish they would do something like that. We do more business, but the thing is that they kept doing that. Not for like 2, like 5 for like 30 quid. They run out of Arrow titles. They won't be buying.
They used to do 2 for 15, didn't they?
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Because every time I've got to pay bloody 16 quid every time.
Jason says he's caved in and pre-ordered the Malignant Steelbook. My film of the year, so I had to. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's a great film.
I still haven't seen it yet, but I know how much Jason loves that film. So I'm really glad he's got the Steelbook.
Yeah. It comes out literally just after Christmas. I think it's like the 27th of December.
Yeah.
Ooh, next up, we have Chrissy Hamilton here. Speaking of arrows, the new Hawkeye episode's ending was awful. Who's your favourite Avenger? Haven't seen Hawkeye yet, but
no, I don't want to tell anything
about
it. I'm just gonna.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna wait until the whole thing is, because I'm not really bothered. I'm just like, all I care about is Spider-Man in the next couple of weeks, so that's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah. For me, my favourite Avenger would probably be Captain America.
Mine's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Mine's Captain America. I was completely Team Captain America through the whole Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
Kurashia Ichi says favourite 3-strip Technicolor movie.
That's over my head, I'm afraid.
Oh,
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue, mate.
3 strips.
Definitely the hardest question of the night. Dr. Impossible said Willy Wonka was as politically incorrect as you can get. I suspect they would put a warning up today. Wasn't it Deep Ray who played the Oompa Loompa in the Burton films?
Yeah, Deep Roy, yeah.
Oh, Deep Roy.
Yeah, he pops up. He's in James Millership's favourite film, Neverending Story.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Still got to get around to watching that one. David says they should make a Knight Rider movie. They did make one, didn't they? Knight Rider 2000 or something, but I think that was a TV one. But a movie would be quite cool, like a modern one, but you still can't beat the original.
Nah.
That theme song from the TV show is fucking iconic. Like, I just love that, how it sounds.
Yeah. DVD and Film Bloke also says Carry On Screaming, Carry On Cleo are great. Carry On Camping and Carry On Doctor is good as well. Yeah, I can remember Camping.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy that one.
Yeah, they're good on those ones.
Peter says Playtendoguy needs to take Ryan to a karaoke bar.
Hey, what?
Fair enough.
No, it needs to be Ryan to a karaoke bar.
Well, I did say
It's
when we
because
go to Norwich, we'll take you to a karaoke bar.
I'm not going to a karaoke bar. Where the fuck did you get that from?
Oh, I thought you said you were going to.
No, I've said I was going to take you to get your first lap
Don't
dance.
Don't worry, Peter. He says no, but he will do, really.
Excuse me. It's not what Pete said to me last time. He said he wanted to go around to some. Oh, what was it? Oh yeah. He said he was going to go to the strip club and get himself a lap dance. No, he fucking told me.
No, I think that's you, Ryan. I think that's you.
He said he does this every time, right? He tries to like put himself back, try to say it's me all the time, but it's actually him. So he gets.
I don't need to, Ryan. I don't need to.
No, you want to, Pete. You know what's saying this is how he gets annoyed. This is usually how we get annoyed.
No, no, I'm not annoyed. But anyway, let's move on.
Move.
Dr. Impossible says Carry On Up the Khyber is a classic. Yeah. Carry On Emmanuel is an abomination and outrage against nature.
Oh God!
I think that was one of the last ones, but it's not good. Yeah,
I think that
was actually rated at 15.
Yeah,
was it?
Like,
whoa.
Yep.
David Beach says, "Did you enjoy the new Ghostbusters movie 2021?" I haven't seen it, but it's been spoiled for me. But it does sound like it's a really good film.
Absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love it. It's a Ghostbusters sequel that that we've been waiting for the past I don't know how many years since the second one, and
yeah,
I think it was needed. Like, say with Ghostbusters, like when I first heard it, and I was just like, oh, for God's sake, why we're getting a sequel to something that came out in '88? That's when the last one did. Then after the terrible remake that we got, which I am not going to go into now because it doesn't exist. I think it's one
you were a fan.
I was not a fan, please. I was not a fan of 2016. It's never been. One day it will be obliterated and it will be covered in dust. That's what it's going to be. That's where it's going to be, and it's going to be shred into ashes.
I'm actually looking at a copy over there. I've got it in a pile over there.
You're the one who actually owns it, which needs to be binned.
Well, I only got it because it was in Pandan for a couple of quid.
But still, needs to be binned.
I'll send it over to you.
Well, you can send it to me, and I'll just chainsaw the fuck out of it. Because that's really bad, which doesn't need to be in the whole existence. But moving on from 2016, but yeah, it's a sequel that will be all been waiting for years. I think they did a brilliant job. Jason Reitman did what everything is. It made a brilliant Ghostbusters film, and it was actually something that he never done before, because he normally does normal standard stuff. He never done like car chases before, like action sequences. So it was brilliant to see for the first time. So yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. Perfect blend of old and new, and I had such a wonderful time with it. Thought it was great, and I really don't understand the hate it's getting from some people.
Mark Mode, you really don't like it for some reason.
Yeah.
Mind you, you don't like the original.
Yeah, there's a few big channels like Hack the Movies and Red Letter Media. They weren't fans of it, and I don't get it. Like, well, I do get it, but it's like I can't hate this movie. I had such a good time with it. It's like it was such a wonderful experience, and the way it continued the story, given the situation with Harold Ramis. What it was done was fantastic in my opinion. I just really, really enjoyed it.
Yep. Have you seen it, Mike?
No, still haven't seen it. I was kind of cautious about it before it was released, but after hearing so many positive things about it, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Chrissy says, if Ryan could appear in an Alfred Hitchcock reboot, what would he choose to be in?
Ooh, that's a hard question. That is a hard question. Ooh, I'm gonna have to think hard about this one. Oh man. I'm gonna say I would love to be in that situation, like in The Birds, because like I think trying to survive an invasion of birds, literally like trying to save your own lives, trying to save your skin, it has that potential to be in a modernized film. Like it would be brilliant, like remake, but I would think it would be really interesting as another standalone film because like it's something that we haven't seen for years. Like it was the only time that it could happen, but there could have been other films like with Killer Birds anyway. But it builds up that momentum, and they just do it right, and that's what's great. That's why I enjoy Hitchcock because I think he's a really interesting director. So like I'm hoping it goes into other stuff as well. So yeah,
that's good.
That's that. Because like there's still like plenty of films I want to see from Hitchcock. So like Rear Window, Vertigo, Topaz, Frenzy.
Don't watch Topaz.
I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch it anyway. That's me. But yeah, it's just I think it's just I think Hitchcock's work's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it's like even because he's like his whole like selection of films is basically all thrillers in a way. He's in horror films as well, but his thrillers is a good key part of it. I've seen probably Shadow of a Doubt. That's brilliant as well, and Family Plot. Yeah, that's an interesting film that came out in the 70s.
Yeah. Peter says Hellraiser 2 is great. I almost just like it more than the first one. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say it's good. I think Peter, yourself, you said that I should watch it because I've only seen the first and the third one. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I do have the set, so I'm going to watch it soon. Yep. DVD from Film Bloke says, I guess The Wizard of Oz, but it's hard to tell because I can remember when then the 3 strips went to colour negatives. Oh, right.
Okay.
Dr. Impossible of the Counterpunch says, all credit Pete for sticking out with the man flu. You look like you're ready for bed. I actually kind of do feel like it. I've had this since Sunday, and now it's turning into a cold. My voice keeps going.
Yeah, that's the thing. You are gonna get that. But yeah, you can survive it, Pete. You can survive it.
Yeah. You keep keeping me up till 3 o'clock in the morning, though.
Hey, that's got nothing to do with it,
Oh,
bud.
yes.
Yes. Don't blame me for your,
You're like, Ryan, don't go, Peter, don't go to bed. Peter, don't go to bed.
What's that got to do with it? Like, okay. What advice?
Corey each. Moving on. Corey Ichi says, at least somebody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I didn't know what you were talking about,
Yeah,
mate.
do apologise about that.
Cool. No, what?
How excited was Ryan when he heard about the new Spider-Man trilogy?
My internet's gone weird again.
What? Oh! That's what happens when you got shit internet, Pete.
I'm back. I'm having to sit on the stairs. Yeah.
Oh, he's with his. He's at his new feeding ground, is he? The stairs.
Yeah. So anyway, what do you think of the new Spider-Man stuff, Brian?
It sounds interesting. I'm hoping Tom Holland is going to be older than what he is now. Like, I think it's time for an older Spider-Man, but like in his probably like age gap, because like he's always been this like every other day teenager, like working at the Daily Bugle, you know. It's like make him older now. Like it's time to introduce Miles Morales. That's who we need, right? Because it'll be a better idea. It means it's something that will be absolutely good, and it'll lead into the death of, of Peter Parker, because Peter Parker's being used. I think he's been used too much, really. Yeah. So it's time for Peter Parker to go, to be put away.
Yeah, that's okay. David says, when are they going to release the recent Star Wars films on Blu-ray? How it was filmed from the cinema?
Yeah, I just stick with the I just stick with the despecialized ones.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about. Because worse than it with DVD if they changed them all.
Yeah.
Koroshia Ichi says, I was in my early 20s when I watched it full on Blu-ray. Great transfer, but the UHD best, it's well worth it. Hope of a Gone with the Wind in 4K. Cool. DVD from Film Bloke says, yeah, Topaz and Torn Curtain are fucking terrible. Frenzy is absolutely fantastic. I think that's the only one that's an 18.
Yeah, Frenzy's good. I actually don't mind Torn Curtain. I think that's all right, that one.
With which one was his last one? Was that
that was Family Plot.
Family Plot, yeah. That's what I was
Frenzy was second to last.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one I love by him is Strangers on a Train.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Also, Shadow of a Doubt's quite good.
Yeah.
You love Shadow of a Doubt.
Peter says I ordered the Scanner Cop 4K off Vinegar Syndrome sale, even though I don't have a 4K setup, but the set includes the Blu-ray too, which that's one of the best things about 4Ks. At least you do get the Blu-rays with it.
Yeah.
Kawashia Ichi says, my upstairs neighbours is pleasuring her boyfriend by the sounds of it. So annoying. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. That was really brilliant for some reason. But yeah, we have John here and he says, going to shoot off now, lads. Work tomorrow. I'll catch up on the rest of the stream. Great stream as always. And I hope you feel better soon, Pete. Thank you ever so much, John.
Cheers, John.
See you, John.
DVD from Film Bloke says, musicals aren't normally my cup of tea, but I really enjoyed Singing in the Rain, although you can't watch it the same way again after watching A Clockwork Orange, which I still haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
Koroshia Ichi says, Andy, as you like Batman, have you played the Telltale Batman games? Well worth it if you haven't found them. Yeah, they are great, but They're mostly just like a cutscene sort of game, so you could probably watch them all on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'll give them a look. 'Cause I absolutely love Batman.
Yeah. I played both of them. You had the original Telltale series, and then you had Enemy Within. They're really good.
Okay.
Koroshi Ichi says, "You rock DVD from Film Block. Forgot about the Clockwork Orange. Singing in the Rain link. Have to watch it again at some point." He recently rewatched it. Still loved it, but not for everyone. Yeah, I've got to get round to watching that one. Dr. Impossible says, watched the sequel to Rocky Horror just recently. I sort of enjoyed it. It never gonna top the original. What's that? Shock Treatment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not seen the sequel.
Yeah, same.
Mm.
I think Arrow released it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Talking about this, we're talking about it yesterday. Actually, like shock treatment.
Yeah.
Chrissy says, since Ryan seems a huge fan of the Joker, what is it and all yours favourite Joker film?
Right, I'm gonna say my favorite Joker of all time is Jack Nicholson. So I think he put off a brilliant role. It's more like the comic version of Joker, like when he went more serious, because like Joker, he's meant to be fucking serious. He is, because he finds it funny. Like Heath Ledger, he's a brilliant Joker, but I wouldn't say he's the best Joker of all time. But yeah, I would say Jack Nicholson for me, and Cesar Romero.
Yeah, that's cool. What about you, Andy?
My favorite Joker is Mark Hamill. Of
My eye. I love Mark
all
Hamill.
time. Yeah. I really, really love that Batman Beyond movie, Return of the Joker.
Yeah.
Like what it does with the Joker is like it's creepy. Like how he messes with I don't want to spoil it. I won't say what goes on, but it's very cool with what they do with him in the future. How they introduce his character back into the story. Really, really good. I'd give it just the animated series in general as well, like Mask of the Phantasm and some of the Joker episodes, like The Laughing Fish. Creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
For a kid show. Creepy as fuck. Some scenes in that episode traumatized me as a kid. It was just horrifying. But he will always be like my favorite Joker. Like he has that perfect blend of like insane and funny.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, same. Probably Mark Hamill for me.
Yeah, I do agree. Either him or Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Koshi Ichi says, yeah, look at your picture. I'm not surprised you're a fan of the Clockwork Orange. Yeah, that and the Monty Python and the Holy Grail are battling for my all-time favourites. Cool. Peter says, wow, things are really escalating here now. Okay, Koshi Ichi, I love how Peter's also reading our replies. I've just read DVD Phil Bloke says Heath Ledger was the only good thing about The Dark Knight. Controversial opinion. I thought it was complete shit. I wasn't a big fan of it. I greatly preferred Batman Begins myself.
I like Batman Begins, probably the best of the three.
I think with Dark Knight, I think it was coming off Batman Begins, and I think because the previous Batman film before that was Batman and Robin, which nobody liked, and rightly so. But I think Dark Knight, it just seemed to people just seemed to get caught up with that film and think it was a flawless masterpiece.
Yeah.
And I kind of took a step back from it, and I was like, I need to put my feet back on the ground with this film, and it's like, it's not perfect. It has flaws in it.
Sorry, no.
I was just gonna say, no, go on.
And I was just gonna say, I don't think that film would have been as successful as it was if Heath Ledger hadn't died.
Yeah.
I think when he died, everyone sort of took great interest in this film, and like you say, a lot of people just saw it as like a flawless masterpiece, which I don't think it is.
Yeah. No, I don't. Don't get me wrong. He is phenomenal in the film and deserved to win the Oscar and everything. He's great in that film, but his performance overshadows everyone else.
Yeah.
No one talks about the other actors in that film. It's his movie. He just completely overshadows everyone else. I do think it's a good film, but I'm not a big Christopher Nolan fan. I think he's one of the most pretentious filmmakers out there. His movies are very good, but I just feel as if he's saying, if you don't get my films, then you're an idiot.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's what he's tries. That's what I get from him when I watch a film. I think his movies are visually stunning, but I think with his stories, they're too complex for me. And he's like, if you don't get what I'm on about, you're an idiot. That's the pretentious attitude I get off him.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't like Dark Knight Rises at all. Wasn't for me. I thought Tom Hardy was the best thing about that. hated Anne Hathaway in that film. Hated her in it. Oh my God, grated on me, pissed me off. But Dark Knight, I do think Dark Knight's a good film. Like it had me hooked. It intrigued me and everything like that. But Heath Ledger's performance is as good as it is. It's also the downfall of that film because it overshadows everyone else.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I agree. Koroshi Ichi says, as some would say, hold to do that, whatever. DVD for Film Bloke says, surprisingly, the live chat has been half an hour behind tonight.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Dr. Impossible says, didn't like Ledger at all. Give me Nicholson any day.
Yeah.
Okay. Chrissy says, I think Pete should be cast as the new The Crow. A fan always does it justice.
You haven't even seen the film?
I haven't even seen The Crow.
The Crow for me, I love it. I think it's great.
I love The Crow, man. Yeah. I need to read the original graphic novel, so hoping I can get a copy of that and see like what's similar to the film and what's which even has similarities.
Yep. Peter says also didn't care for Ledger. Nicholson in Batman 89 is more fun and better. I kind of agree.
You can tell Nicholson's having fun when he's the Joker. He's chewing it up and he's having a good time with it. The whole the art gallery scene, you can just tell he's in his element, just having fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you know, I feel as if like I want to watch it now, just for Nicholson, because it's so funny. Like when he just sometimes just like he just like appears on screen, like the way he just like comes in on frame. He's like never the bit like in the Acme factory, and he's just like, you shipped 1 million of those things yet?
Yeah.
He's just like, you can just tell he's having so much fun when he's in the makeup. He's just, you know, he's enjoying himself, and I'm enjoying watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Beach says, do you buy 4K movies, and what box sets would you like to be released?
I don't collect the 4K. I think it's a waste of time, too much money, and I think like I can tell 4K is going to go down in price. It's what's going to happen. It's happened with Blu-ray. Like Blu-ray was like expensive like back during the day as well, but it's going to be the next 4K and then Blu-ray. For me, because I can tell Blu-ray is going to lead into DVDs prices, which is going to be good, like for classic films and that.
Yeah, I agree. Andy, you don't buy 4K movies, do you? But
no, I've never even seen what 4K transfer looks like, if I'm honest. I can't make any comment on it.
Yeah. And what about you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I get them occasionally, but it's only if it's a film that I really, really love.
Yeah. For me, I don't buy them myself because I don't have 4K. So I did actually pick up a Doctor Who one mainly because the 4K was cheaper than the Blu-ray.
Wow.
Koroshia Ichi says Batman Forever is fantastic, like an animated movie come to life. I actually don't mind Batman Forever.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Batman Forever. It's a fun film.
I don't mind it. It's style over substance, but I don't mind it. It's got a kick-ass soundtrack as well.
Yep. David Beach says, "Have you watched The Girl on the Train?" No. Have you guys?
No.
I didn't hear positive things about it, so I avoided it.
Chrissy says, "Would Ryan call Pippi Longstocking a Harley Quinn prequel?"
Pippi Longstocking? I never heard of Pippi Longstocking.
Never even heard of it.
No. Haven't heard of it. Chrissy, I haven't heard of it.
The best Harley Quinn prequel is the animated series episode Mad Love.
Yeah,
I agree. Dr. Impossible says Nicholson was unpredictable as Joker, a multi-layered character with a grim, funny side.
Yeah, that's what I'd rather have. That's what I'd rather have. Like, I think it's like I want to see just like somebody having fun with the Joker in the role, because like that's what I would prefer Joker to be. Joker's meant to be fun and also devious at the same time, because it makes him more evil, and that's what Jack Nicholson brought to the table. I thought he was fun to be around. He was fun for the film. He was the entertainment at the end of the day, and that was brilliant about him. Like that's what Tim Burton brought to the table, because he knew how to make a Batman film. Like he knew how to make it dark. That's why Jack Nicholson was going to be the best.
Yeah, I agree.
In a Batman film. So
yeah, totally. DVD Even Film Bloke says, "Yeah, I hated The Dark Knight Rises as well. Bane was the only good thing about it. They're all excessively boring. If they were tightened, I would have enjoyed them more." To be honest, I just thought Dark Knight Rises was just very boring altogether. There was not much I took away from that film that I liked. I didn't mind Bane, but the voice, "Yes, Batman," kind of I just burst out laughing when it happened. I thought, really?
The fight scene in it between Batman and Bane in the middle of the film, that's awesome. I love that. I thought that was great, but that's all I can really take away from it.
I thought it was just a mess as well. That film, it was just all over the place.
Yeah, I agree. DVD Even Film Bloke says, "Also, I meant to say the chat wasn't behind half an hour tonight." That's good. DVD Even Film Bloke also says, "For some reason, DVDs are still being produced. The format has been around for nearly 25 years. DVD eclipsed VHS sales in 2003, but the same thing hasn't happened with Blu-ray. Main thing is Blu-rays, DVDs are still really cheap. You can pick them up really cheaply compared to Blu-rays, and with streaming, a lot of people are just going to do that."
Which I think streaming is actually pointless, because you have to pay a certain amount of money every month, which I can't be bothered with. So luckily, I watch my stuff for free. So that's one good thing.
Okay, Pirate Ryan.
Well, I don't pirate.
No.
I'll just stream it.
Cobra Viper 999 says, "The Girl on the Train is worth a watch. Emily Blunt is good in everything she is in." Yeah, I know Emily Blunt's in it, and probably that's the main reason I want to watch it, but I know the reviews have been very meh about it.
Yeah.
Koroshia Ichi says, "That Pippi Longstocking question almost made me piss myself." Ryan, Google it. Google it, Ryan.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I hope it's nothing rude.
Fucking hope not. Pippi Longstocking. It's a fucking children's thing. I would just bounce from it like fucking hell. Oh.
David says, "What's the best Superman movie in your opinion?" I would say the first one, but I do like the second one as well.
I love the first two. First two are big. I still need to get Superman, the Richard Donner cut. That's the only cut I'm gonna get, which I can't get.
Well,
I think you can get the Richard Donner cut for like £10, for like 10 quid on eBay, which is like an American release, but it's actually reaching free. So, which is brilliant. So probably get that.
awesome. What about you, Andy?
It's a toss up between the first two and the Donner cut for me.
Yeah,
it's out of them. It's really hard. But growing up as a kid, Superman 2 was always my favorite. That's the one I'd always watch the most. I just love Terrence Stamp in that film as General Zod. It's just he's having a ball with that role. He's just enjoying it and eating up the scenery.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I would probably say 2 as well. That's the one I remember watching the most. Yeah.
Cool. Chrissy Hamilton says, "Question for all. Under pain of death, what film would you still not bear to watch?" Cat in the Hat.
That's a bad one.
A Serbian film.
Yeah, that's also a bad one.
Yeah. There's one I sat through, and the obvious answer for me is Bugsy Malone because I fucking hate that film. But the one I'm going to pick is a movie I watched. I heard it was really bad, and I was like, okay, I'll still give it a watch, see what it's like. But this movie rubbed me up the wrong way, and I fucking despised it. And it's Tank Girl.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that film. It was fucking awful. Like Malcolm McDowell couldn't save it, and I love Malcolm McDowell, but he could not save this film. I was just like, it's painful. It's so fucking painfully awful. Like the terrifying fucking kangaroo-looking thing. Oh no! It made Warriors of Virtue look fucking good. And that's terrible as well. But yeah, I couldn't stand Tank Girl.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I would probably say Starship Troopers 2. I remember seeing that years ago, and it was just the worst film I'd ever seen in my life.
Cool.
Wow.
I still haven't seen the original Starship Troopers. Again, another one I need to get around to.
You're in for a treat, but the design of the lead bug is a bit questionable.
Yeah,
I see that. I did Google it up, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
It looks like a spider crossed with a vagina. Like it's
Okay, spider vagina. That's something new. Right. DVD and Film Bloke says, also back in the day, Blu-ray players were a better investment than DVD players because they could play Blu-rays and DVDs. DVD players can't play VHS tapes. Multi-units don't count. Totally. DVD and Film Bloke says the 78 one, Christopher Reeve's Superman, no one else can top him. I agree, and so does David. He also says Blu-ray only looks better on HD TV, whereas DVDs look better on VHS, no matter what TV you view it on. Plus, DVDs can't be downgraded, and DVDs were in widescreen from day one. He also says widescreen VHS tapes exist, but they were only popular with film buffs. Most people preferred their films cropped. Ooh, very interesting. Koroshia Ichi says, one of the last DVDs I bought was Come and See about a week before Criterion announced their Blu-ray release. Just my luck. That's normally how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a brilliant film.
I think it's what I've got, but I've not seen yet. I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Ooh. High film and DVD bloke. I was going to say Rain Man, but that's an easy choice. I'll have to go with Star Wars Episode 2. If you want a film which is a definition of boring, Star Wars Episode 2. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant choice. Brilliant choice.
The thing about Star Wars Attack of the Clones is it's so fucking ugly with its green screen.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible to look at. Horrible.
Yeah.
The acting's awful.
Yeah.
You know, the best bit of the lightsaber fights. That's the only takeaway from that.
And
Everything
Christopher
else
Lee.
is bad. Yeah. The British actors in it are quite good. Ewan McGregor, Christopher Lee. Great, but it's such an ugly film with its green screen.
It is.
Yeah. I can't get on board with Yoda and lightsaber though. I just can't get on board with it. It just looks ridiculous.
It takes you out of the movie, I think, a little bit. It's like, it you know, not that there's much of a movie to be into anyway, but it just, it kind of just feels out of place.
It's probably my least favorite of the prequels, but I'd still probably take it over any of the sequels.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Peter says, I meant things escalated with my comment about how Playtendoguy needs to take Ryan to a karaoke bar.
Why?
Ryan loves a bit of karaoke, but we'll move on.
It's not like when Pete wants to go to a freaking strip club. Like, was he telling
Ryan, I don't need to. Anyway, Chrissy says, what is your favourite Spider-Man film soundtrack?
Would be Danny Elfman one.
Oh, Danny Elfman.
That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah, same here.
It just sticks out because I rewatched the Raimi trilogy not too long ago, and those films hold up. Like, they are so much fun. Even I'm someone who quite likes the third one, even for its down flaws, its flaws. You know, I still get enjoyment out of it. The bits with Sandman are absolutely fucking awesome. The whole fight sequence at the end is, I love the bit with Sandman. They just get so creative with it. It looks great.
Totally. Karashi Ichi says, Mike is my new bestie.
Probably because of the come and see comments.
Cobra Viper says, the only thing I liked from Attack of the Clones was Jango Fett.
Yeah.
DVD for Film Bloke says, I was really, really close to switching Star Wars Episode 2 off, and no joke, when it finally said written and directed by George Lucas, I went, oh, thank God.
One thing, I'll have to watch it all the way through. Look at that.
It is dreadful.
I've only seen like Phantom Menace at the cinema, though. So, like,
I think Phantom Menace holds up quite well now. I think, looking back on it weren't a bad film at all. Obviously, compared to the original trilogy, it's nowhere near as good, but compared to this new one, there's fun to be had. I mean, yes, Jar Jar Binks, I know a lot of people are a big fan of him, but I can put up with him. And the pod racing scenes, and Darth Maul. Ooh.
Yeah, it's got some flaws to it. I think the flaws for me are Jar Jar Binks completely get rid, no need. And the performances in it are very, very wooden. And the characters look great, and what they do is are fine. But there's no character you can pinpoint and say this character has this traits. You can't really describe them. Every line is delivered on such a monotone level.
Yeah.
And it's so.
Are you an angel? That line.
It's. But it does have a lot of good things going for it. Phantom Menace. The soundtrack's awesome. John Williams' score is great.
Liam Neeson is great in it.
Yeah, and the fight sequence at the end. It's only the three of them, but it goes on and it's great.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best in the franchise. It is. Oh man. Koroshia Ichi says, what, you guys are going to a strip club? When? Where? Why weren't Andy and myself invited? Well, Ryan's going. He's asked me, but I've said no, and he's asking around. So if you got to message him, he'll sure give you the details.
The real thing, what happened here, right? Pete's been going on about going to a strip club, like when we go to Norwich Lake for the past couple of months. It's always been saying.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you bloody have, man. You know, shut up about it. Like,
I'm all right for a strip club because I go 6 nights a week.
On viewers now.
What? I can hear you.
Well, you know, I tell you something, right? That was very kind of you. And the only thing I'd do is just take you off the screen.
Well, anyway, let's move away from that.
I'll wind them off though.
DVD from Phil Black says Phantom Menace was shite, but it had some entertainment value. Yeah, I totally agree.
And it just doesn't have the ugliness of green screen either.
Mm.
Yeah, they actually use real locations.
Yeah.
Totally. Peter says, "You're my number one guy."
Yeah. Don't forget.
Dr. Impossible says Batman without Alfred's scoring was empty. Those scores to the first 2 Batman films were magical, set the tone beautifully. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Batman Returns, especially the score for that one, is probably my favorite score of all time.
Chrissy says, yes, fun to be had, but even now people hate talk of Mandalorians.
Midichlorians, yeah.
Midichlorians,
yeah.
DVD for Full Bloke says, actually, if a copy of Star Wars Episode 2 I watched wasn't my granddad's, I would have fucking snapped the disc. Jeez. Peter likes Batman Forever 2. Yeah, I agree. A lot of fun. Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Koshia Ichi says, I'm sure Lucas was referring to Von Sternberg with the acting with his prequel trilogy.
Okay.
The View with Drew says, where does Shimu Liu as Shang-Chi rank in your favourite superhero casting choices? I think he's pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, it was good.
Soph's here, and what is that one film that you always get you in the festive spirit? Also, Pete, are you on the stairs? Yes, I am on the stairs because the internet's being an absolute idiot tonight. Could have been worse. I could have been sitting in the toilet.
Oh, wow, that'll be an interesting surprise. Every time people join, are you having a shit?
Sitting on the toilet floor.
Oh, yeah, you're sitting down on the shit.
But for me, we know my favourite is fucking Muppets Christmas Carol. But what were you saying, Andy? Sorry.
I was just about to say, Pete, it looks like you're on a stanner.
Yeah. Fucking heck. Oh.
No,
Oh,
festive. I'm gonna say Love Actually. I really like that film. Really like it.
Film.
Great ensemble cast, and everyone gets an equal amount of screen time, and you care about the characters. I really like that film. It's funny as well. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I'd probably say Scrooged, the one with Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ryan?
Jingle All the Way for me.
Yeah.
It's multiple spots. That's what I need in my life right now.
Yep. Peter says Pippi Longstocking is a very well-known Swedish children's book. Never knew that. And David says, have you watched Candyman 2021 yet? No, but I kind of want to watch it. It looks good.
Yeah. Me and Mike, we went to see it, didn't we, when we went to the vault?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan, to be honest. But I know a lot of people did really enjoy it. Wasn't really for me.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
It's not a patch on the 1991. It's okay, but at the movie's forefront, it's political. It's not. It feels like it doesn't have the story at its main focus. It feels like it's going to be very dated in a few years with its political tones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to hold up in a couple of years, I don't think.
Yeah.
It did do some things I liked. I really liked what it did with the intro and the universal symbol.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to struggle as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you may be right there. What about you, Ryan?
Ooh. Well, yeah, because I've seen it or not. It's all right. I wouldn't say it's the best Candyman film. I would say it's mostly focused on the psychological side of it. That's what it focuses on. Like not being able to see them as coming from kind of Tony Todd himself, which should have really been the thing in this film. But they tried to take it into a new thing, and they did well. But I wouldn't say it's the best film of the year.
Yeah.
I agree. Chrissy Hamilton says 6 days. I thought you looked familiar.
This is my night off.
DVD with Phil Bloke says Batman Forever is a guilty pleasure of mine. I haven't seen it in years. I fear if I do now, I might realise how shit it is and join the hate train.
Yeah, it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. But it's enjoyable. Has its flaws.
Yeah, I agree. Die Hard is the best Christmas film, as well as Gremlins and Home Alone. Yeah, I agree. Soph says, well, Andy Pete likes the Cougars, but maybe not that old. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. I watched Die Hard 4 and 5 recently. Die Hard 4 was a bit naff, and Die Hard was a complete pile of shit. Oh,
yeah. Five's terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I agree.
It makes 4 look like the first one.
Yeah.
Koroshia Ichi says, I'm sure von Sternberg will come and haunt me forever after that Star Wars comment. Yeah. Die Hard 1 and 3 are the only ones worth watching. Die Hard 2 is alright, but I can live without the others.
I kind of like 2. I don't mind it. 2's the weakest of the first of that trilogy, but I fucking love Dennis Franz in 2.
Yeah.
Dennis Franz is on point in that movie, and the chemistry he has with Bruce Willis is great. I just love the back and forth arguing that they have.
Yeah.
It saves that movie for me.
Totally.
Yeah.
Scrooge is also good as well.
Yeah.
Peter says Bane's voice was ridiculous. Totally agree. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I've never seen Christmas Vacation yet.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I always forget John Candy's in the first one.
Is he?
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, Christmas Vacation's a lot of fun. I have a good time with it.
Yeah.
It's not a film I grew up with. I think the first time I watched it was at university, but it's one I watch each Christmas now.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
David Beach says, what movies are not on DVD and Blu-ray should be released? The Abyss should be on Blu-ray. Anything else?
What movies are not on? That's hard.
Yeah.
Because I think if they're not on Blu-ray, I think most of them are at least on DVD. Can't think of any that aren't on both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably be finishing up in a bit because the hours are slowly running out. So we'll get through these questions real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's just like people being on for like 3 hours. Ooh. I think they were doing 4 hours last week.
Ooh, Jason is currently watching The Burbs. Cool.
Yeah.
Never
Good
seen
film.
it. Joe Dante, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one I can't really gel with, that film. I don't know why.
Ooh.
It's just it wasn't what I expected it to be. It just
Yeah.
I still think it's good for what it was, but I think it's got a great cast and everything. But I don't know. It's not one of my favorites when I think of Joe Dante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DVD Even Film Bloke says, I've got a real soft spot for the Muppets Christmas Carol. Last I made an effort for my family, which restores the Love Is Gone song. The VHS has the song, but the DVD has removed it. Really?
Yeah, I've never seen the full song. I've never seen that version.
Yeah, because I grew up watching the VHS, and it has that song in it. And
yeah,
when I watched the DVD, I was like, I'm sure there's a song missing here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't get why they've cut it out. Apparently, they cut it out because they just felt it just didn't fit.
Yeah, I think they said something like kids wouldn't understand it or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
David Beach says, is the Back to the Future trilogy any good on Blu-ray? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's all right. Yeah,
I think it's one of my top 2 favorite trilogies. I love Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Where's the questions now? Oh, jeez. Peter got the Superman Blu-ray box set yesterday, 8 discs and a load of extras. Not super good looking transfers though, but it does look like a good box set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soph says, Pete, wasn't the scene with the cougar in the last American Virgin based on you? No comment. No comment.
That scene, man, fucking hell.
Jeez, I know. Koroshi Ichi says, I'm kind of shocked that Andy is actually not shutted up for a second.
Fair enough.
Sophie, what's a coug? What? Sonic Santa Claus conquers the Martians. What the fuck?
That sounds amazing.
I've never heard of that.
Oh. Well, that's an old one.
That is certainly going on the watch list, just with the title alone. Apparently I like the Cougars.
Yeah,
Really, so? Do I? I'm not going to say no comment. Chrissy says, does Ryan want DC to make Starfire film next?
She's a Teen Titan. That's the thing. She'll kill about her in a Titans film.
Yeah. Pete says, I turned off Starship Troopers like 7 minutes in.
I wish I'd done the same.
Very good. Peter says, who doesn't love cougars? The fairly good looking ones, I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
DPD Even Film Bloke says, good night. Yes, what you got to say, Ryan?
Oh, what, nothing.
Moving on. David Beach says, it's Back to the Future trilogy good on Blu-ray, and is the picture good and the quality? I have it on DVD. Yeah, the Blu-ray's really good. They recently redone it last year, didn't they, on Blu-ray as well?
I think they released it on 4K.
Yeah.
There was like a 4K Steelbook trilogy thing, wasn't it? Like if you put them all together, it makes a picture up with a car or something.
Yeah.
But the Blu-rays I've got look good.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Blu-rays seem to be fine, don't they?
Yeah.
JT at the movies is here. Yes, gents. Great lineup here. Thanks ever so much for joining, JT.
Hey, James.
Jay-Z.
Hey, Jay.
Peter says, Playtendoguy, I can't believe you still haven't seen Starship Troopers and Roadhouse. Yeah, I know, and there's a heck of a lot of other popular films I still haven't seen.
I've not seen Roadhouse.
Didn't you?
No, I've not seen it.
No, me neither. I haven't seen Roadhouse.
Really, I should do a stream in the future where people just put random film titles out and ask me whether I've seen them. We'll be here all night. Chrissy says, any Cyber Monday buys for you all? Not for me.
No, I didn't get anything.
No,
It wasn't payday until yesterday.
Yeah, same.
Dr. Impossible said, did any of you guys see John Candy in Summer Rental? Candy on top form?
Yes. Yeah, great film. I think I've got it. Yeah. Summer Rental. Yeah.
Ooh.
Really, really good film. It's got Kerry Green in it. He plays Andy in The Goonies. I think she plays his daughter, but it's just kind of one of those like John Candy staple comedies, like Great Outdoors, and it's just like another one of them. What you'd expect, like it's really good fun. I really, really enjoy it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Peter ordered 12 films from Vinegar Syndrome Sal and is going to be ordering from Arrow Indicator and 88 films in the next 2 weeks. Edward says, what's your favourite Charlie Chan film?
Haven't got a clue.
No,
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any.
No, I haven't.
No.
Peter says, I hated the pod racing and that stuff in Phantom Menace. Yeah, I wasn't keen when I was a kid, but now I kind of like it.
Yeah,
It goes on a bit too long for me.
I think
I do agree.
Yeah, I think the build up to it goes on too long. Once you
Yeah.
get to the racing, it's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Cobra says Roadhouse is a must watch. The violence is great. I'll definitely put that on the watch list.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun, Roadhouse.
Right. Koroshi Ichi says, Head of Blast, guys. Love you, Randy. Not like that. Hope you know I'm just teasing you a bit. Get well soon, Pete. Looking forward to the next stream. Oh, thanks ever so much,
Awesome.
I'd like to see him on.
Soph says she caved in and got 4 HMV premium collections in the Cyber Monday sale.
Nice.
Very good.
I think they're on 2 for 15 now. Most of them.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
And the chart titles are also 2 for 20, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
DVD Even Film Bloke says Roadhouse is really fun, even if it had an association with Family Guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's like a bit where whenever Peter Griffin does something like epic or something, he'll just say Roadhouse. Yeah.
Peter says everything great about Roadhouse. The mullets, the slutty women, the fights, the music. What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, and the final comment is, oh no, we've got DVD and Film Bloke says, by the way, get well soon, Pete. Thanks ever so much, mate. And Soph says, feel better soon, Pete. You look like death. Thanks.
Oh well.
Yeah, I do. I'm starting to feel rough now. But yeah, I think we'll finish it off for tonight. We've done really well. We've lasted 3 hours and 13 minutes, so that's pretty good.
It's flowing. That's flowing.
Yeah. It is. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm looking at the time here now, and it's like 11 o'clock. It's just flown by. But anyway, we'll end that here for tonight. Thank you, everybody at home, for watching and your comments. Thank you ever so much, Mike, for joining. We definitely will be asking you back on in the future. If you haven't subscribed to Mike yet, he's got a brilliant new channel and he knows hordes about them. So get on over there and give him a subscription.
Cheers for that.
And yeah. And thanks ever so much, Andy, for joining, as well as Ryan. Yeah, so yeah, join us again next week. Well, hopefully we'll have a guest, because at the moment we don't, but I'll see if I can get somebody. So until next time, bye.
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 Bye.